Hello, everyone. Welcome, my wonderful watchers. Gather round, dreamers and seekers. Let's weave a tapestry of life, myth, mystery, and the unknown. So pull up that chair, settle in, and prepare to be enlightened and enchanted. Welcome to Coven of Curiosities. So, before we get started, I want to bring out the rest of the team. So, let me bring out our other host, the amazing host, Donna. Hello, Donna. How are you, darling?
I am wonderful. I love it. It's nice and warm here, and I've got to spend time in the woods, so I'm having a great old time. So,
Good.
and it's so nice.
And I see that you're all dressed up. Very nice.
I decided in lieu of our wonderful guest and all the wonderful things that he does with the children and everything, I dress up too.
No, I love it. What you've got on, you look absolutely beautiful. I love the outfit. And I love the boots. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I want a pair.
These are my snake boots. I wear these when I go up to the woods. They are like real. They got double lining leather.
Wow.
So, because we have copperheads and rattlesnakes and stuff here.
Yeah.
So these are actually, they match the theme. So it's like pirate boots.
No, I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So let's bring out our lovely Rachel, another co-host. And
hey,
then we've got, hi, how are you today?
Wild and wonderful.
You say that with so much enthusiasm. Is your phone working okay? Is it getting better?
Not really. My half a screen is working. Where I ran it. I can see the time. That's about it. I can't see the text.
Oh no. Well, you got to get a new one then. I guess don't. Yeah, and you have that protection too, so that should cover it.
I'm hoping.
All right, let's bring out our other guest, our other co-host. We've got Marcus Palmer in the house.
Yep, I'm the guest. What's up? No, how's it going, everyone?
Good. Hello, Trisha. Thanks for tuning in. All right, and then we have Mandy. Can't see you, honey.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we can't see you.
I don't know why.
Not sure. Maybe log out and log back in.
It's like your camera's turned off.
Yeah.
It could be the settings if she doesn't choose the right webcam or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move forward while she's figuring that out, and then I'll bring her in. So we have a special guest. I've known this person since last year. I was introduced to this person by our good friend, mine and Marcus's good friend, Joy, and Joey from JJ Paranormal. And it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know this person. So I've got a little introduction before we bring him out. Today, the circle opens a little wider to welcome a man whose life is woven with wonder, service, and a genuine heart. Michael Hanna is many things: a devoted family man, a respected member of his community, and a soul who carries deep love and respect for other people around him. But his path doesn't stop there. Michael walks between worlds with ease of some born to it. He is a magician, a psychic medium, and a performer who presents lights up every room he enters. As a proud member of the Skullywags, Michael brings joy and adventure to children's fundraising events, stepping into the role of a pirate with a heart as big as the sea itself. For kids who are struggling, hurting, and fighting battles far too big for their age, he becomes a spark of magic and hope. Beyond the stage, Michael has also lent intuitive gifts and assisted local law enforcement with crime cases, offering insight, clarity, and compassion when it's needed most. Those who know him speak of his kindness, his sincerity, and the unmistakable warmth that follows him like a lantern in the dark. He is a man full of heart, true intention, and genuine spirit. And tonight we are honored to have him to step into the circle. Coven of Curiosities is proudly welcomes our special guest, Michael Hanna. Prepare for stories, insight, and a little bit of magic. Hello, Michael.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you? Hi.
Hey, Michael.
So,
Hey,
after
what?
that introduction, I don't know if I should just leave. That was pretty amazing. I was almost in tears for a minute there.
Oh,
Oh,
So,
thank
well,
you.
that's I'm not big on my own accolades, I mean, I don't know how other people are. I try to be as gracious as possible, but yeah, I've done a lot of things in my life, but I just never put it into a box and said, here it is. So thank you. That was an amazing introduction. I mean, you're going to have to go with me on my shows and just introduce me each time I go. Yeah. Oh my
Okay.
God.
I'll do that.
Anyways, hi, everybody.
Hello. And we've got
Hi.
Mandy. Mandy is now up.
I know I saw that. Hi.
I made it.
Yeah, it was like a black screen for a while there, and I was just having to kind of tune you in psychically to see what you look like. I wasn't sure exactly. But yeah, if you guys have questions, fire away. I don't know where you want me to go with this, so I'm just gonna
Does
speak
anyone
up.
want to start?
Don't everybody jump at once. Okay, I'll start. How's that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit about myself because I love talking about me. The thing is, I started this when I was about 7 years old, both the magic part of what I do, the magician part of what I do, and the psychic part. God, I'm like a speed dating nightmare, a magician, psychic, pirate, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I started when I was like seven. As far as the psychic part goes, we were in the cemetery here locally where I live, and we were putting my uncle to rest. And I looked at my aunt and I said, gosh, he sure knew a lot of people. And she said, what are you talking about? And I started pointing to all these people in the cemetery. And she's like, honey, there's like 5 of us here. And I said, huh? And she said, yeah, she goes, I think what you're seeing are spirits. And I'm like, oh, no. 7 years old, I don't want to see ghosts, right? Terrified. She goes, well, let me explain something to you. She said, not everything's in your best interest. So I want to teach you, if you're not willing to take this now, to protect yourself. So she taught me how to protect myself. She was one of the first people that taught me that. And I think that's such an important thing for people that are in this business or whatever you want to call it, even just doing this, to learn immediately as soon as you start getting it. And I think everybody has it. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I think everybody is given this offering at a very young age. A lot of people, you've heard stories about them saying, oh, your grandfather passed away. And they're like, oh, I just saw him in my room last night, a little kid, right? And they're like, yeah, and you hear this all the time, that my grandchild saw, whatever. And I think the thing is, I think that we're open more. Obviously, we know this. We're open more as children. We're not tainted by life and by people saying, oh, it's a coincidence. There's no such thing as ghosts. And so we're more open to it. But as time goes and we're taught that's not true, or it's a coincidence, or you're imagining it, you heard us talking about it, it gets pushed into the back and eventually it kind of goes away. I think everybody still has it. You'll hear people say, oh, I knew the phone was going to ring, or I thought about this person and they showed up the next day. So I think everybody keeps a bit of it. But for people like myself, I decided to exercise the muscle. For others, they're like, well, I really like cars. I think I'd like to be a mechanic or a musician or a doctor. And so they chose that path and I chose this one. And I have so much to tell you today, and I'm not going to talk much longer. I want you guys to ask, but there's so many facets to this. And when I go onto different sites, I hear so many different psychics or gifted people, sensitives, speak of different facets and tangents and whatever. And not all of us are the same. I mean, we don't all see the same. We don't all feel the same. We all have different gifts. We're given different abilities. Some of us enhance those abilities, like myself, which I have 5 or 6. Some have only 1. And for me, real quickly, like I was saying, growing up, I put it out of my life, and my aunt taught me how to protect myself. So when I was about 15, that's when I started to really accept it. And I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. But that's when I really decided to accept it and started looking for different avenues as to what to use. Rune stones, Ouija board, hell no, cards, whatever have you. But you make your choice and you decide which way of of divination you want to use. And so I chose cards. That was my thing. But the psychic ability comes slowly because you bite off little pieces and you learn how to use that. And as you go, you learn the ins and outs of it, the no's, the yeses, whatever have you, and how to work with it. And like I said, there's so many different facets. And so don't ever, whoever's out there listening to this, don't ever feel like you're pigeonholed into one spot. You just haven't branched out yet. So learn what you have to learn as much as you can learn, and then just move on when you can. The universe will give you what you need as you go. It takes it away and brings it back. It does it constantly. You'll feel like you lost your ability and then you get it back, because when you lose it, it's for a short period of time. I've found that even doing this after 53 years of doing this, I lose it for like a week, sometimes 2 weeks, and all of a sudden I get a new ability when it comes back. So it doesn't want to overwhelm you. And so you learn that, and you learn to relax with it. And so that downtime that I have, it's downtime. I use that to regenerate, to recycle, whatever you want to call it, re-energize. So like I said, I can probably sit here, which I am right now, I could probably sit here for like 5 hours, but I'm sure there's a million questions. And I just wanted to kind of start off by telling you kind of where I'm from and what that's about. And I'll tell you more about the pirate thing and the charities and all that. And I'm not pitching for fundraising or any of that. I just wanted to let people know what I do. So
No,
I
think
don't know
it's
if you guys have
amazing.
any questions, but go ahead and ask.
Well, I
All
just
right,
want
come
to
on,
jump in
tell
real
me
quick.
something.
I'm
Okay.
jumping in. I just wanted to say that I loved a lot of what you said, and I do agree that everybody has abilities to, whether or not that they're, activated and being used. Like, obviously it'll be pushed down.
Yeah.
And if you do, but again, when you think of it, everybody has deja vu, right? So what is deja
Absolutely.
vu? You see something that, in that moment of time, you've already done it before, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then leading into that, DMT is naturally inside of our brains.
Yeah.
So that's how we dream and have,
Sure.
these nightmares and all things like that. But I think we do have a lot more, things inside of us, and an
Well,
eye
a lot
that
of
can be
people-
open further.
You have to
But
be
it's
open
just,
to it,
you got to be
because
open.
you can't disregard everything, but a lot of
Yeah.
people do because of the way they're raised. And like I said,
Yes.
it's like, I don't want to deal with that. They don't even acknowledge it. I have so many people that get signs from people that have passed away. There are definite signs, like, it's them, and they ignore it, or they just walk right by it. And I go, did you see a yellow bird with a red beak and a patch on one eye? And they're like, no. I go, well, he went by you yesterday. I'm giving you a ridiculous example, but you get my idea. It's,
Yeah.
they don't pay attention to what's around them. And so when I bring it up at readings, because when I'm reading people, I explain to them, your grandmother is sending you signs, and she sent you a 1953 penny that was put on the sidewalk in front of you yesterday, and you didn't even see it. I'm that specific when I read. It's very
Yeah.
detailed. Then they are more aware. Awareness is the main key on any abilities. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. If you're not, you're not going to accept any of these abilities the right way.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
the first step for sure. Awareness,
Yeah.
and then going into it, not being scared, obviously. I mean, in the beginning you might be, but then you got to learn to,
I was, like I said, I was.
everybody is, like it's
Yeah.
something out of the norm, when you're first getting into it. Like,
Yeah. And a lot of people don't start till they're older,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, me too. Just kind of going into my little background. I mean, I've always been a skeptic. I'm like a mathematical guy, very scientific.
Science.
But
So am I.
I cannot. There are certain things that that have happened, like when we went on paranormal investigations, that I just couldn't explain. Like it was just.
I get
that
it.
that opened me up more, and then so now I'm kind of like I'm trying to open up to more.
I am not
newer
completely
things to learn.
I'm not completely open to everything. Believe me, I'm very skeptical. I know that sounds weird for somebody who does what I do, but I live in a town where everybody seems to think there's a ghost in their house. Okay. I'm serious. It's the stupidest thing ever. And I'm like, well, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I believe that there's spirits and all that. Okay. Because obviously what I do, but I tell them that. They go, well, my house was built on Indian burial ground. I go, no, it wasn't. I go, I have a map of all the Indian burial grounds where I live. I'm serious, I do. And I said, a Kmart was there. Okay. So I'm just telling you that
Yeah.
Not everything is haunted, not everything's ghost, but I don't disregard the fact that spirits exist. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that there's times when everybody thinks it's haunted, and then you go in and go, well, what you just saw was that light refracting from that mirror in the bedroom way back there. Science, mathematics, I'm totally into
Yeah.
that. I totally get it. So I'm not the first one to jump on the bandwagon and say, yep, you got a ghost looking to kill you with a knife. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a little more skeptical than most, but you learn that when there's no other answer, when you eliminate all the probable stuff, you're left with the impossible. And so even when doing readings, when I come home and I'm like, I gave that woman details that nobody would know, not just there's a man coming through with two eyes. It's like super detailed. And I'm going, I have no idea how I did that. And the names that come through are so ridiculously odd, and there's just no way I would know it. And so I have to question that, like everybody should,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's where I am with that. And like I said, I can go on and on. I just wanted to hear, but yes, I absolutely agree with you. I'm very skeptical, but I also agree that everybody has it. I do have a theory on deja vu if you want to hear it real quickly. It's real fast.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
My theory on deja vu, and this is what I think. You know what astral projection is?
Yes.
Okay. I don't do astral projection, but I did it when I was younger. And it scared the you-know-what out of me, okay? Because I was told, don't do that. You know, being from a background where I was from, the Christian background. It was like, oh, you leave your body, that something's going to possess it. And I'm like, okay, hell no, it ain't happening, you know? So I thought, okay, what I do when I'm doing a reading, like Cindy, let's say I was reading for you. I funnel all of the energy at you like a funnel, and everything within that funnel is yours. Anything on the outside is not, okay? So what I'm doing during a reading is I project out into the universe while I'm awake. It's not an astral projection, but it's sort of like that. So I astral project out, and whatever comes back to me is yours or mine to give you as a message. Okay. So this thing with deja vu, this is what I believe. I believe that when we sleep or whenever it is that we leave, we project into the future X amount of time further. Okay. So let's say it goes ahead 6 months. Okay. So you project 6 months ahead, and then you come back the same night. Okay. When you come back, that's completely erased from your memory until it happens in real life.
Yeah.
And then you go, I've been here before because you were there 6 months earlier. So my theory on deja vu is you were there in the future and then you came back. But that's my theory.
That's actually a really, really good theory.
But that's my theory, because I figure you were there. You lived it. You remember folding towels in front of your wife while she was slapping you for going, no, I'm kidding. You lived it. You basically remember silly little things like, oh yeah, I was standing by the car and I was talking to my sister, and you know, stupid things, but it's something you remember and you bring it back with you. And then when it happens, you're going, I remember that, you know? So that's what I think it is, but that's just a theory.
Yeah, I just think it's wild how, like, because that's our brain, you know, like, and then all of us, all the energy that we have, like, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Well, it's untapped.
I think there's a lot more to humans, you know, like, and I feel we lost it a long time ago, like, you know, from just everything, all the change, you know. But
absolutely, a good example of that is Native American energies. They still have the secrets they have of the earth and how it heals people and all that. We lost all that because we became too modern, and we chose not to go in that direction, because once again, it's like that choice of, do I want to be a mechanic or do I want to be a psychic or connect with the earth? And so people chose, not everybody wants to be a psychic. Honestly, they really don't. So it's like the whole idea is, I want to be modern. I want to learn things about what's going on. I want to see how progression. I chose to kind of stay within the realm of knowing what's going on outside the box, but staying within the box because I find it very interesting. This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
So Mandy's got a question. She's got her hand up.
What? Who wrote Little Women? What's your question?
So like, I have always had this thing where like, I'll notice a house, you know, just a house. And it happens a lot with houses. And I'll be like, and it'll stand out to me like so strong. And then way later in life, I'll be there and have something to do connected with it. And I wonder why, like how you say, like you've been there, how do you not know like that it was not a good thing? You know what I mean? Like, because I have known.
You know what? I don't think it's a good or bad thing. And by the way, you were probably a real estate agent in your other life. But what I was going to say to you is, I don't think that when you dream or you move forward or back or wherever, when you're traveling or time traveling, whatever you want to call it, I don't think there's good or bad. I never even use those words in my sentences. It's usually negative or positive, but because I don't believe good and bad. I believe negative, positive, because you can, like, I don't believe half the negative things that are out there are demonic. I think they're just negative.
No, yeah, I wouldn't talk about
Okay.
demonic, but I meant like more like
I
things
got it.
bad happen.
Totally got it.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, when you're there visiting and you come back, or you go, I think I've been there before. I don't think there's an energy there that's good or bad. I just think it's kind of like you experience, and then you put a label on it later.
okay,
I don't know if that makes sense, but
it does. Yeah.
we put labels on a lot.
Yeah.
You know, a label on everything because we don't understand. We put a label on it. You know,
Yeah.
it makes it easier for us to accept the things that I do. They put a label on me. You know, the psychic is in. You know, I decided to quit my job after 20 years at Costco and become a fortune teller. Oh my God, you know, I'm going to join the circus. You know, so that's the way people look at it when you tell them. They're like, "Are you kidding? You quit a good job to become a fortune teller?" I was like, "I'm not a fortune teller, you know, but I am. I mean, technically, it's just people have a weird concept as to what I do, and so that's why I can't crusade and I can't do it for the whole world. But when I do a reading for an individual, they realize afterwards, like, what I do is very serious. It's very people connected. I'm there to help.
Yes.
No matter what I do in life, I am there to help human beings. I'm not going to be here forever. And so I feel like the amount of time that I have left here, whether it be 20 or 30 or 50 years, whatever, oh God, that would be amazing, should be helping people. That's just my choice. That's inside that box I was talking about, you know? But you have to get to this point. You're not there yet. You guys are young. You guys are, I've got socks older than you guys. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is when you go through the different phases and get the different abilities and try different things and new experiences, all those things should be put into like a little container, and you look through them every so often and figure out, you know, what's for you and what's not for you. Toss it out. And that makes you into what you are as you get older. And that's why older people hopefully get a little wiser, you know, no matter if they're doing psychic stuff or not, just they learn from experiences, and that we all know that. So
I would like to confirm on that what you were saying, Michael, is because I mentioned to you that when we had our first interaction, our first video conversation together, and I told you that I was working on my abilities and opening up more and stuff like that, which I have been. Marcus is firsthand my witness because he sees me doing it. He definitely has seen me improve. I'm still working on the emotional side of things. When I see things that are very horrible, I get very emotional and I'm going to start crying because it's not good. It has not been good. That has happened.
Totally agree.
And it's
but
very hard for me to keep my,
it's
I'm
very difficult
person anyway. I have
it's
a
very
big, huge
difficult
heart, and it's hard. It's very
I'm going to
hard.
tell you, I have 3 daughters. I have 3 sisters. I have 9 aunts. My dad has 9 sisters. Okay, TME, too much estrogen. All right. So my point is, I grew up with a lot of that sensitivity because there was always women in the house. I've always had that around me. So I'm not saying I understand women. Oh my God, I would never say that. But the whole point is, I'm very sensitive, and I tell my people while I'm reading for them that, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't empathize. I don't necessarily not feel the feelings you're feeling. I can't open up to that while I'm talking to you, because if I do that, it literally breaks the bond I have between this side and the other side of the veil. So I have to stay almost like rigid or sterile. Kind of horrible to say that, but this is the thing. When people come to me that have passed away, let's say it was a car accident, this is the thing that you're talking about. I look at them and go, oh my God, they died in a car accident. Look at them, they're a mess. And then I get a flip over to this side and I see them healed and doing where they are now. So I get to see before and after. So unfortunately, I have to look at the before and go, I understand how you passed. I understand the circumstances, which allows me to give people advice as to what's going on with them now, or give them a story of what's going on with them now. They're healed, they're healthy, blah, blah, blah. So you have to create that bubble, or whatever you want to call it, around yourself that allows you, and this is what my aunt taught me. I want you to walk up to somebody, feel what they're feeling, but do not absorb it. Okay. So what that means is you can sense it on the outside of your bubble. You know they're feeling hurt because they lost somebody. And you ask them, did you lose somebody? This is what I'm picking up. They say yes. So you feel that, but you say, this is what they'd like to tell you. So now you're kind of like the go-between between the other side of the veil and this side. That
Right.
allows you to explain to people what's going on, almost like like I said, like a medium. Literally, that's what you are. And so I know I'm not, I'm kind of an extra large, but you know what I'm saying? It's just that in-between person. So I'm horrible. I'm so quirky, stupid. Anyways, so that's what I'm trying to say. You become that go-between that allows them to speak with somebody on the other side and find out what's going on with them now. We know what happened to them before. But you have to confirm that with them first, which is the horrible part of it, and say, did you lose this person? Yes. Was it a car accident? Was it this? That way it confirms and this is the proof we were talking about, Marcus. This is the proof that tells me I'm talking to somebody on a detail that this person I'm talking to has a patch on one eye, pirate, has a patch on one eye, a peg leg, and their name is Carl. Okay. So that has to come to being before I know that I'm talking to the right person so that I can move on by giving them information about what's going on with Carl now.
So you remember, Michael, you mentioned just a few minutes ago that you don't like to know much about a place or someone. That you want to
I don't like
go
the
in.
influence. Right.
Right. Same. And I'm the same way. And I've had people say, oh my gosh, how can you go on a paranormal investigation and not know the history? I don't want to know the history. I don't want to be influenced.
I'm gonna tell you. You know all the Claires, right? Claire Audio, Clairvoyant, Claire whatever, Claire. Oh my God, Claire, that woman's name. Anyways, I'm bringing this up for a reason, and I know I talk too much, but I'm bringing it up anyway. I've gone on almost every single investigation I've been on, and I've been on a lot of them. Okay, and I specifically tell the person who's going to, who is a historian, please do not tell me what I'm looking at, because I want to tell you what I'm feeling.
Yes.
Based on strict feeling, because otherwise, if they tell you, why are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. As a medium, as a person doing an investigation that's using electronics, that's different. Okay. Because you're looking for signs that there's some kind of spiritual energy there. But if I walk into a room and I say there's a person standing across the room and I describe them and explain what's going on, then I'm connected. And I've done that multiple times in the story. And I said, tell me what I'm looking at. Because I said to him, I'll give you a really quick example. I was laying in a room in a hotel that's over 100 years old, and I'm laying on the bed, and I'm surrounded by people that all are dead, and they're all blue in color. They look like they've been underwater for X amount of time, and there's more detail than that. And I said, these people, they're all laid down, they're all wet. And he said, would you like me to tell you what you're looking at? And I said, yes, because this is what I'm talking about. I walked in there not knowing. He said in 1923, there was a dam that burst right here and all these people drowned. They used this as a hospital to bring all the bodies.
Okay.
And they laid them out. I didn't have to have that information. I knew nothing of it. And that allows me to know that I'm connected. And from that point on, you can move through these people and ask questions. And that's why I was saying to you, it's multifaceted.
Yeah. So even Marcus, he can confirm what I've been going through when I'm on paranormal investigations. And I'll tell him, I feel comfortable to tell him, like, if I'm starting to feel very uncomfortable in a situation, we went to a location a couple of Fridays ago, and we were down in the bottom part of the location. And I was fine at first. I was fine. But then I got an overwhelming feeling that something was negative. Now I don't like throwing out the D word, demonic.
I got it.
I don't like doing it. Because like you said, they can just be negative.
Very
and
negative.
I started feeling like it was watching, it was waiting, like it was going to follow us completely out. That's what I was getting. And I told them, I said, I'm not feeling comfortable anymore at all. We need to go now. Like it was like, let's go, guys, come on. Because I really did feel like this entity or thing was definitely going to, I felt, attached to someone. And I'm wanting to be protective of the people I'm with and get them out of the area, period.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it was hard. It's hard for some to understand when I'm feeling that way. They think I'm just being scared. No, there's something bad here. We need to go.
Well, that's always weird to me when you watch a horror movie. You watch a horror movie and you have this thing happening in the house that's absolutely ridiculous. The windows are blown out, chairs are being thrown, whatever, and the people stay. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You know, it's like, why would you stay when this is, this is not, a coincidence. This is actually something throwing chairs across the room. I'm giving you just examples, but
Right.
generally what you're feeling is a negative energy, obviously, that is possibly willing to attach or harm. I completely believe in that. I completely believe they wait. This is what I was referring to when my aunt said to me, you need to protect yourself because not everything out there is in your best interest.
I wear my protection all the time when I go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
to bring to your attention, now I sent you some photos from that investigation. I'm telling you what I experienced down there. When you have time after the show, take a look and tell me your opinion, because I've also reached out to some other people. Rachel knows, Donna knows. I think Mandy, I don't know if you've seen the photos, but I wanted other people's opinion and see what they got. Now I feel it is something, but I don't feel, I think it's the thing that wanted to harm. That's what I feel. So I just kind of want your input.
Well, you may have had multiple energies there. There might have been more than one, and you may have felt like there was some that were okay and some that were not. And unfortunately, the ones that are negative usually overpower the ones that are more positive, but that's the way it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, we ran in a military hospital. So you can only imagine what was going on in there.
Yeah, I've done a few mental hospitals that were closed down that were pretty intense, and I can seriously, I know there's people out there listening, whatever, but hopefully there's people out there listening. But I have hundreds of stories. You got to remember how long I've been doing this. So I've got so many stories. Some of them are like just basic, and some of them are very, very movie quality type stories, like I can make a movie out of it. Just crazy stuff that when you experience it, you're like, nobody would believe this, Now, before I continue with what I'm doing, I just want to address Donna and ask her about her pirate outfit.
Okay.
Do you do pirate stuff?
No, I just simply did this. We talked about it, and she said about all the wonderful things you do, and I was like, in honor of you, honestly, it's more, I have gypsy ancestors too. So it's kind of a combination between my gypsy and.
Sure. Well, no, it's just the pirate thing to me is a lot of fun. I've been doing it since I was a kid, the whole Pirates of the Caribbean thing. I've been doing it since I was really young. I build pirate models, and I actually sew all the clothing because I'm a person who sews as well. And I do all the costuming and all the clothing for these small pirates, and I sell them. I've been selling them for a long time, years. And I love doing it. And my connection with the magic, and the pirate, I put the two together, and I do magic shows as a pirate. I, do lots of theme shows. I did a Hello Kitty show 2 weeks ago. But I do, I love it. I go with the flow, but, this big guy with the beard doing Hello Kitty. Right. Cat ears. Anyways, and so as I was saying, I do magic. I love doing it with the kids, though, at the children's hospitals. It's amazing. You walk in a room. There's, like I said, there's multiple celebrities walking around the halls here and there. Pirate's a big one with the kids because when you walk in, you're obviously bigger than life, and you walk up to a child, and this is just like we were talking, Cindy, about getting past the ugliness of things, and you look and you go, this child is suffering. They're in a lot of torment, but you walk up and you got to get past that at the beginning. And once you've done that after years of doing this, you do the trick, or you talk to them and you do a trick and they light up and you're going, now I know why I'm here. And you do it, and you can't believe the amount of people that dedicate themselves to this. I mean, I had 200 bikers at one of the events. We had 600 kids. We had breakfast for these kids. We had toys for all of them. Each kid got a bicycle, believe it or not. Each kid got a Christmas tree during Christmas. It was these events. Everybody volunteers. It's just phenomenal. And it's every one of these groups that I'm dealing with, whether it's pirate or whatever I'm doing, they're just it's just nothing but good energy, and it's wonderful. And so that's why when you do it, you're going, wow, I want to do that again. It's like a drug, and I want to keep doing it because it's fun. And so I love doing it. And the pirate thing, handing out doubloons and being all crazy, and the kids it's just so much fun. So that's why I wanted to ask you about your pirate thing, because I love Wenchy women. And so I just wanted to make sure that you were kind of on that page with me, Mrs. Wenchy woman. But I have an outfit like that. I don't wear it often, but I do have one. So My boots are nicer than yours, though. I kind of
Oh,
like
wait,
whatever.
wait a
Not,
minute. I got to show you my boots.
I know they're
Like,
snake skin, right?
No. These are my snake boots.
They show off. I'm not wearing my snakes. I'm not wearing pirate today. I didn't know I was supposed to be pirate, so I kind of just dressed my normal dress.
We
So
tried.
yes. So I just wanted to stop and ask you about that because I thought it was really kind of a fine point to ask you about the pirate thing. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. It's just phenomenal. I absolutely love it. And so starting at 7 years old, doing the magic, I became a professional magician. I'm a member of the Hollywood Magic Castle. I've been a member there forever. And I grew up doing magic. And then doing what I do now, it's kind of like I had a retail store called Swords and Sorcery, which was kind of a play on the words because on one side I was selling medieval, swords and all that stuff with dragons and fairies and stuff, and on the other side of the store was weaved incense, oils, candles, all the magical, mystical stuff, and so it was called Swords and Sorcery, and we had all kinds of stuff in there, and I did that from 1974 until 2010. Okay, to give you an idea how, yes, I've been doing this a long time. So I'm not a rookie to this. I've been doing it forever. And I still do it, but I do it at shows now. I do it at conventions. I don't have a storefront like I used to. So the part of it, I sew, I do magic. I don't tap dance, but I do magic. I do everything but that. So I just love my life. I really do. And one of the things I will say to you, and I don't know if everybody that gets older does this, and I know you guys want to talk because I can tell you're very noisy, but you don't look back. Don't look back. There's no regret. Our faces were built on the front of us for a reason. Okay. We're meant to look forward. We're not meant to turn around. So my point is you look and you say to yourself, do I regret doing that? I don't like what happened. I don't necessarily like the way the outcome was, but I need to move forward because you can't change it. The present is a present. It literally is a gift. And so use it. Okay. Make yourself better. Do whatever it is to make yourself better. Those are just words that I use to tell people, look at, I know you've had issues. I know there's issues going on. Let's address those, but let's not look back. Let's go forward. And so for me, I look at my life and I go back and I go, nope, I love who I am. I love what I do. I love the people around me. It's all about light and love for me. And I know it sounds corny. I feel like I'm in 1960, but that's just it, and
No, I
they
agree.
didn't, the hippies and the time period I grew up in, which is what I grew up in, they weren't so wrong. They had the right idea of light and love, but they just went about it the wrong way,
I think
I
So-
too many.
I've always said the past is the past for a reason.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
and you could change a little bit, you could change some things, but you can't go backwards. You got to go forwards. That's, like I said, your face is right here. Use what's in front of you, Stop
Marcus, you
turning.
made a comment?
Can you guys hear me?
No, it's bad.
I like his headset. He's got these two moons. It's like a headset. I love it.
That's our Federal Paranormal Investigation logo.
Yeah,
love
I
it.
think your earring, mine's a moon. I don't know if you could see mine, but your moons are
that's cool.
bigger than mine. I guess he's kind of like a size queen, I
Are
guess.
you
I don't know.
using your AirPods or whatever?
Yeah. Can you hear?
Take
it
them
now?
out. It's horrible. We can't hear you. There we go.
He's listening to the golf game.
What
So,
were you saying though, Marcus? After what Michael was saying?
we still can't hear him. Can you hear him?
Can't hear you now.
Really?
The
Wait.
buds are still connected.
I'll tell you what he's saying.
What about now?
There.
Now we
Yeah.
can hear
there
you.
is.
Yay.
Okay.
Did that hit home with you with what he said?
Because of my struggles.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, that's it. I've always told myself to always look forward, never
Yeah.
focus on the past, because when the past gets brought up, it
Triggers. It just triggers.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, but no, definitely like everything. I agree with everything that you said. It's
Thank you. I appreciate that. I want you to agree with it for yourself,
definitely
not for me.
a really good way to look at things too. Like
Yeah. You have to. I have
it keeps the focus on the now and enjoying.
absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
taking every moment and just living to the fullest.
Well, I find that we know youth is wasted on the young. Okay, we know that. They're impervious. They're Superman. They're never going to die. They don't think about death. They don't think about insurance, obviously. So
Yeah.
my point is, I'm older than you guys, but generally, as you get older, as time goes, you start realizing you can't keep letting that dictate what's going on. And so a lot of us, whether it be drugs, alcohol, bad marriages, whatever it is, whatever the issues have been, we know those things are in our wheelhouse, so to speak. We need to push them out every so often. And so my thing is, how are they affecting you? How is it going to make your life better? I passed away twice on the operating table. I've died twice, and I've had a few near death experiences as well. The reason why I'm telling you this is because every day I wake up now, it's very sappy and very, Snow White, but I wake up and say, thank God I'm here. It's like I wake up and say, what am I going to do with this day? As a pirate, I say, what's my new adventure? And so each day to me is an adventure. I get to meet new people. I got to meet all you today. That was a great thing,
Yeah.
right? Well, for me anyway.
Us too.
But I got to meet you guys, and it's something, it enlightens and it enriches my life. And for me, that's where my head's at. And I don't know if everybody will get to this point in their life, but I've kind of made it a point to do this and not regret. It's just, you got to move forward.
Well, like you mentioned too, like the 60s and during the hippies, that was their whole movement, right?
Yeah.
That was what I was talking about. The comment that I remember now.
Yeah.
I said too many drugs, unfortunately, got in the way.
Yeah.
And, like psychedelics, they're not meant to be abused. They're
Right.
meant to like really be taken into the spirit world, and learn everything you can. But I mean, during like that whole movement though was based off of coming together, love,
Yeah.
and doing life to the fullest.
It was the right idea.
Everyone and all of it. It had a good base, right?
Right.
Like, it
Absolutely.
worked, but things unfortunately got in the way, So
age gets in the way too when it came to that time period, because as each one of those people got older, those hippies became the establishment. They became the people they fought against.
Exactly. They kind of switched back, and then now working at a bank, like they got their jobs and all this stuff.
They became conservative. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, because you have to be responsible for families and whatever have you. Life is paying bills, obviously, but there is fun time, there's downtime, and there's me time, and that's what you have to segregate. You have to separate, because I find that people in marriages, they become non-people. Okay, because you go to work and you come home, you go to work, you come home, and even though you're both there, you're not the people you were when you met. And so you got to always be aware that you have to pay attention. You have to be considerate. You have to be communication. It's very important to be in communication with each other and say, I don't feel close with you this week. Can we go out on a date night? Or it doesn't have to be set in stone. It doesn't have to be every Thursday, but you should do things to connect with each other every so often. It's very important. And so for me, this is my life. This is what I do. I mean, I'm not perfect, and not every day is great. And I'm like I said, I'm not Snow White, but generally it's a good way to live for the most part, So
does anyone else have any questions, Rachel?
I do. How did you hone your psychic abilities, and what methods do you use to protect yourself before you go into an investigation?
Okay. I'll make this as quick as I can, because obviously I've got a big mouth and I can't stop talking. But I started when I was 7. Like I said, I got to about 15 years old. I'm telling you this for a reason. I got to about 15 and I thought, okay, I'm going to try this. And I didn't like what other people were doing. So I started working with cards. And while I'm reading, all of a sudden one day somebody stepped up to the table and said, tell her I'm here. And I go, what? Like, tell her I'm here. I'm like, no, like, tell her I'm here. I go, they're going to think I'm crazy. And I go, there's a guy standing over there and he's got a red hat on. He's smoking a cigar. I was very detailed. And oh, that's my Uncle John. I started realizing I was getting messages and I wasn't paying attention because I was afraid. Because remember, I talked about it when I was 7. I was afraid. So one of my first abilities was being clairaudio, because I didn't want to see anything. I could hear it. I was being given information, but I didn't want to see it in front of me, visualize. Okay. But what my aunt taught me was, what other people have taught me, and that's, using the ground to start off with, and you bring the light up around you, almost like a big bubble, and you just connect it to you. And you just almost feel like it's almost like there's a circulation in there, and it's pushing, and it's pushing. And this is how I do it. Everybody's different, Okay. But I will tell you, it doesn't break down for me. It stays with me all the time. If I feel a lapse of energy, I go outside, take off my shoes, I stand on the ground like you've heard before, and I absorb energy from the trees, from the air around me, water. I'm a very big elemental type of person. I love the elements for re-energizing. It's very important. So for me, that's where my energy comes from. I call it the force, like from Star Wars, because literally it's a force around me that keeps me protected. This is my way. It's not everybody's way. So you have to find your own way. It's like, I don't know how to explain it any different like that, but you have to find it out for yourself. But this is my way of doing it. So some people use crystals. Okay. Some people connect with trees. Everybody's got their own thing. If you identify with something, tap into it and find out if it's got an energy or strength for you, because you're drawn to it. So if trees are your thing, then that's what you use as a focus point. You surround yourself with let's say wood, and that may be your block. And as far as the abilities go, as time goes, like I was saying, my first one was being clairaudio. And then as time went on and I became more relaxed and more like, okay, I'm okay with something coming to me, I started being clairvoyant. And they're clairsentient. Are you familiar with clairsentient, clairvoyant?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Clairsentient is being a psychic, basically. Psychics are not mediums. There's a difference. Okay. So psychics can read the energy of the room or the energy around them. Mediums can cross over and bring in other energies. Okay. So clairsentient, clairvoyant, there's a million of them, so you connect with certain ones. Right now I'm trying to work on being a pet psychic, because I pick up spirit animals, but I'm trying to connect with live animals, see how they react. I want to see how that works, because I can talk to your little doggy there and ask where you keep your money. No, I'm kidding. So but it's so multifaceted. There's no one answer. And that's why I'm asking you that once we get off this thing today, I want you guys to remain connected with me or be my friend if you can. And if you have questions about your abilities or like what you're feeling, I can't give you all the answers 100%, but I can give you maybe a direction that you might try, because everybody's different. And you may connect in a different way. Like I said, my daughter is an herbal witch. I mean, that's what she does. She's very connected with earth remedies and healing people. And I absolutely love that. I started that way, and I've studied many of the religions, which I'm very connected with multiple religions. Okay. Christianity is my base. And I hate using that word because everybody thinks of it as being churchy, but it's my base. And then I pulled from Buddha, I pulled from Judaism, because I find bits and pieces of things that I find interesting and that I find I can apply them to my life and they work. I don't believe that there's only one ball. There's a whole bunch of things you can attach to it to make you into a better person. So when you meet somebody you've never, and they're into a specific direction and it's not the one you're into, you can relate to that because you know a little bit about it. So gather as much information as you can, absorb everything you can, except for negativity, but you get my drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't stop learning. You never stop learning. I don't ever feel like I put a halt on how far I want to go with this, but I didn't put a stopper on how to learn something. What I did do is put a stopper on what I want to use as my abilities. Like I like the mediumship, I like the psychicness, I like the cards, but I'm not going to branch out into all the other stuff. It's not where my head's at. I'd rather just stick with the cards and do my mediumship, and that's what I do.
So it's interesting, Michael. I don't know if I'm assuming it's happened to you. So we were going to the Cosmopolitan Hotel down in San Diego in Old Town, and we got a room. And this has never happened to me before until that time, but I'm at home, literally using the bathroom, and I'm already picking up things at home before I get there.
That happens a lot.
And then when I get there, I walk into the room that we got, and I literally see a man standing in the bathroom doorway, and he was annoyed that we were there, actually. And then names. We were going to what they call unfortunately, the place where people jump off the bridge in Pasadena and perish. I was getting names. Names were coming in, and there was a lot. And I told Marcus, I'm getting this, and I'm getting that. And I'm like, I don't know why. They just start coming in.
Can I tell you something real quickly? Sure. I'll let you continue, but I just want to tell you something. Sure. A lot of times while I'm driving to a reading, I pick up people's relatives,
Okay.
like grandmother, grandfather, whatever have you. The reason I'm bringing this up is because once you're in tune with where you're going, you knew which hotel you were going to. Remember when I talked about astral projection out there?
Yes.
And you're wide awake, but you projected almost like the deja vu thing I was talking about. You projected forward, and what came back to you was what was coming from that hotel. And so you were given that gift or that information because you already projected it. Not knowing it, you didn't necessarily go out of your way to go out there, but that's what happens. Once you open up the
Yeah.
channels, you opened up a channel, and they kind of like, picture this. You're literally a baby crying, and nobody knows why you're crying. You have a stomach ache, but nobody can understand that. Okay. And you're crying and you're crying. It's frustrating. And so, Mandy, where are you going? And
I'll be right back.
yeah, sure. You're going to go watch the golf match.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
I just have
So-
to potty.
I'm kidding. So she's watching golf. She'll tell you what's happening, Marcus. So what I was going to say to you is it's frustrating for the baby. It's frustrating. And they don't know it. But if you could tap into that child and say, what's wrong with you? And they say, oh, I have a stomach ache. Then you can address it and you can handle it. So what I'm trying to say to you is all these spirits are floating around out there and they're like frustrated. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And so when you walk in the room and they're like, she can see me. I don't know if you remember the Ghost Whisperer show, but they could see her and she could see them. And so it's all of a sudden they're like, I can say what I have to say. I can make a statement. I can tell people what I feel. That's what's going on for you. You're walking into a situation where they're waiting for you. And you are like tapping into their light, into their being, and allowing them to express themselves through you. So you can continue what you were saying, but I think that's the reason why you're able to do that ahead of time.
Okay. No,
That's
I
my
was just
theory.
curious because that never happened before.
Okay.
And this
Your
was
abilities, your abilities are getting stronger. That you gotta, it's gonna happen. Like I told you at the beginning of this conversation, they go away and they come back sometimes twice as strong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
no,
remember
I definitely feel that they're
Gandalf the
getting
Grey,
stronger.
Gandalf the White, from the Lord of the Rings. It's the same thing. He goes away and he comes back,
is
right?
my business right there.
Right.
Love
So
it.
that's my point. He goes away. I know everything. I'm weird. But he goes away gray and comes back white, and he doesn't remember. But it's like you're given this stuff, and you either accept it or you don't, and you're trying to accept it and you're trying to question it. But understand, this is what it is. You're being given more ability. They're giving you more from the universe. The powers that be, whatever it is that's out there, is giving you more gifts, more information. So it's how you process it. You're going to question it, which is very smart. You should, but it's the first time that's happened, and it's going to. Other things are going to happen as you go. The more you pursue it, the stronger the muscle gets. Remember, you're in a psychic gymnasium, okay?
Yeah.
And you're literally working that muscle. So if you don't want to work it and you want to stay psychically flabby, go for it. But if you want to get strong, okay, then you just use it.
Yeah.
And here's the key. Here's the key for all of you out there. I don't know if any of you are psychic or mediums or whatever, but here's the key. Do not second guess yourself. I'm going to tell you most of the time you're right the first time around.
Okay. See, I do that sometimes.
This is one of the biggest problems with psychic mediums, okay? I used to say to people, think of a number between 1 and 10. Does this man ever stop talking? No. Okay. Think of a number between 1 and 10. Okay, your number is 2. Your number is 2. And I look at the person and I'd say, your number is 5. And they say, no, it's 2. And I went, damn it, I knew it was 2. Why didn't I say that? You go with the flow. You go with the first thing you think of. And 90% of the time, you're right. Okay? It's that women's intuition. It's that intuition. It's you feel it. You know it. The numbers come to you. You know the number's 4. You know the number 6, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you're most of the time, you're going to be right. It's amazing. But most of the time you second guess yourself and you go, I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't say anything. But and that's what I'm trying to say to you. If you're getting those kind of premonitions or those kind of that kind of information, know that you're being given this and you have to learn to work with it. And do not be afraid to say it, because that's the biggest problem. Is psychics stay in the closet, so to speak, because they're afraid to say something.
Well, what I do now is like when I'm picking up stuff before we go to a location or when we're at a location, Marcus is my go-to. I tell him, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm sensing. These are the names I'm getting. I don't understand why or if they have any relation to the location that we're going to, but I'm picking them up.
Okay.
And he helps me with trying to, because I do get very emotional. I've literally broke down and cried because of the things that I see. And he's like, remember, you got to be strong. Try not, and I am just a very emotional person anyway. I'm very sensitive. I have a big heart. So when I see something that is so horrible that's happening to a woman during a ritual, it's a little hard to not freaking cry a little bit, but he is trying to be there for me.
I try to tell her too, like, and depending on the place and how bad it is, if there were really gruesome and bad rituals done and a portal was open, remember, spirits will try to trick you and make you see things and make you become vulnerable. And that's like when you are having so much of that emotion, like, you're vulnerable.
This is going back to Rachel asking that question earlier. Or is it Donna that asked the question? I think it was Rachel. Didn't you ask me the question about how to protect myself? And
Yeah.
okay, just real quickly, what she's going through, Cindy, you can literally go to a area or a location and see the scenario. It's like watching television, okay? And you could be affected by that emotionally, completely fine. I'm not saying that shouldn't be. What I'm talking about is when you specifically walk up to a person and you're doing, let's say, a reading, and you get connected with them emotionally, it's different because it's one-on-one. When you're looking at it from a distance, you're seeing what happened on that site, the history of that site, and knowing what happened there. You need to know that, but you can't get too emotional because you need to be able to see it clearly. So absolutely feel what's going on there, because that's very important to know what's happened there. That's the history of the land. That's the history of the location. But as far as Rachel is concerned, when she's talking about protecting, you can still protect yourself. You create that bubble, you still protect yourself, but you can watch it. And it allows you to get a good idea of what happened there before you got there.
Okay.
So don't feel weird about watching something like that and feeling emotional.
Okay.
You have every right to feel emotional. That's a horrible, horrible experience. But know that you're being shown that for a reason. There's a reason why you're being shown that, because now you know what not to do, what's going on there. Don't step inside that circle. It's a lesson that you need to know. Don't step inside that pentagram or whatever it is that's there. Stay on the outside, but know that that exists.
Okay. I felt like the woman that was unfortunately not being treated well, and bad things happened to her. I felt she was coming and talking to me and letting me know what had happened to her. That's what I felt strongly. Like she was trying to let me know, this is what happened to me. This is why I'm not here no more.
Marcus, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
I don't read people. It's not something I do. I think it's an invasion of privacy. But I don't know who this is, but I've got somebody connected to one of you there today, but I think it's you. I get symbols. Now, this is going to sound really strange, but when I read, you know those collars that go around dogs' necks to keep them from biting themselves?
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of like what it is when I'm reading. It's like this collar goes around my neck and I go, okay, I'm reading for Marcus. And all the stuff that falls in there, all the little emojis that fall in there, I pull it out. Hey, Marcus, what does this emoji mean? So I don't know why, but this is my symbol for somebody who passed away too young. They died too early in life. I see a gun. This is my symbol for somebody who passed away too early. They could have taken their own life. Their life was taken from them, or it could be, the gun is just a symbol. It could be a real gun. It could have been done with a gun, but generally it could be like substance abuse. But I feel like there's somebody around you or somebody connected to you that they passed too early, and they still arrange around you. They still float around you, even from high school time or whenever this was. I don't know who this is, but I feel like it's a male energy, but I don't know.
It could be my cousin Travis.
Okay.
So unfortunately, when I was in high school, he joined the army.
Okay.
And he was in Afghanistan. He was unfortunately the only survivor of his squad, and he's pretty much, they got blown up by a landmine when they were driving the Hummer.
Okay.
But he was the only one that made it out. So when he got back, he was pretty messed up from that.
That happens.
He was going through struggles with his wife and then his daughter. His wife took the daughter and left to Florida, left him behind. And but he wanted to come see us, but he didn't have permission, so he ended up going AWOL.
Okay.
And just went down here. But during that time, he was, struggling a lot
Sure.
and all the medication he was on. And then he went out and partied. And so when I was in school, I think it was like a Thursday, I believe. When I was in school, like he was missing for a couple days, but he was at the Vaughn's parking lot right by the school. He was there for 3 days, dead.
Okay.
He overdosed.
Okay. Because I got the gun is a symbol. It's not an exact way of dying, but it shows me an early death. And so
Yeah.
this is what I've got around you. I just want to let you know he says hello.
Okay.
I don't know how close you are with this guy, but he's kind of, I wanted to let
I
you
was
know.
very close to them.
I just want to let you know this is an emotional thing, but he's very happy. He's smiling and he feels there's no pain, no energy. But I get to walk on him with this journey for a short period of time. And then they go into a time period of deprogramming or accountability of what they did in life. And then on the other side of that, when they get to move into the afterlife, I can go visit with them again. I get 2 time periods to walk with them. And so I'm just letting you know, one day on the other side is 25 years here. Okay. So it's very slow. So he's still on this side of the afterlife. So he wanted to let you know he's there. He's happy. He's okay. Hi, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it anymore, but I just want to let you know I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know what he's got. If you have this or if it was him, but I'm feeling a tribute tattoo or some type of artwork or something with script or something very swirly, and I think it's writing, but I don't know if it's a tattoo or not. But this is, I don't know if you have this or he had this.
I don't have any tattoos like resembling him.
Okay.
But,
I don't know what this is, but he's showing me something that's swirly, like lines, and I don't know if this is him, but it's something to do with tattoo or artwork. Did he have his daughter's name on his arm or on him?
No, actually, I don't think he had any tattoos.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Aware of.
It's okay. I just don't know what he's showing me, and I would have to get into that more. But I just wanted to let you know while I was talking to everybody, and I apologize to everybody that he just kind of came through and said, tell Marcus I'm here. And I'm like, who are you? So I just wanted to let you know he was there and wanted to say hi. Yeah. I would have to get more connected to give you more information, but he just wanted to say hello. Was he cremated?
No, he was buried.
Okay, because I have a cremated person connected to you as well.
That might be my grandfather.
Okay, because I've got cremated near water. I don't know if he was thrown on water or if he's buried near water, but I got cremated near water.
That might be my uncle.
Okay, because you got you got a lot of skeletons in the closet, buddy. So just letting you know. Do you have a piece of jewelry like it's like a ring or something that's from grandfather or something?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
I do have a ring from my grandfather.
Because he wants to know if you still have it.
I do.
Okay. He wants to know if you still have it. It's beat up. I don't know if the stone is black, blue. I'm not sure what it is, but
it's a dark gold ring.
Yeah.
With diamonds.
Okay, because it's pretty beat up. I don't know, but this is what he's showing me. Wanted to just find out if you still have it.
Yeah, I do. I ran into a situation. I'm not going to go into it, but I do. I still have it.
Okay. Just wanting to know. He says there was a point where I was feeling like it was endangered to be sold. And he goes, I just wanted to let him know there's other ways. He goes, I really want him to keep that. So no for future reference. I'm just telling you, no for future reference. Please don't do that.
I would never sell it.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get into anything else. I'm sorry, everybody. I apologize.
You're fine.
You're
fine, Michael.
That was fine.
When they nag, I'm going, okay, stop nagging. I'll tell him. So I just wanted to let you know. So.
Not Michael, don't ever apologize. Not on the show.
I know, but I always feel like it's an invasion of privacy when I do that. You know,
I don't care. I'm not against any of that.
I know, but you were the one that got picked on out of all.
Well, obviously, hey, like you said previously, though, this is for a reason.
Yeah.
So it was meant to be said, right?
Yeah.
You know, you were meant to pick it up and.
Yeah, because I have other people here I'm talking to, and you were the one that I got the nag from. Okay. Yeah. So just letting you know. So anyways, whoever has a question, please ask. I apologize. Like I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off on, out into La La Land.
If you're sensing something else, please share.
So I will.
You don't need to apologize.
I don't know if somebody recently, but I have somebody with a broken arm. I don't know who that is. And then somebody with, I don't know if this is kidney issues or it's organ issue, but I don't know what this is. So I don't know if it's somebody's passed away or somebody who's still with us. I read both the living as well as people that have passed away. And unfortunately, I can't tell the difference because everybody's alive to me. Okay. So when I'm reading for somebody, a lot of times I'll say, well, this person, and they'll go, oh, no, that's my grandmother. They're still here. And I'm like, okay. So if that happens, generally I tell the person to call them or make contact with them because that's why I'm getting this message. If they've passed away, like your cousin, I have to be the mouthpiece. Okay. Just letting you know that's how that works. So
Yeah.
I don't know what this person
I
is with organ or kidney, but I have a person with breast cancer that passed away. I don't know if her name is Carolyn Cat. It's a name sounds like that. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to let all that go because I don't want to bring that in right now. I just wanted to let you know this is what I'm picking up.
Mandy, did you have a
Ta-da.
question?
I did have something that sort of matched your squiggly tattoo thing.
Okay.
You said it was to Marcus, but it also had something to do with also a gun and also tattoos.
Okay.
Well, pretty traumatic event in my life that from somebody that passed away. So I
Is
don't know.
there
It's a lot
is there
of
any kind of a wing, like a winged or a winged thing, like a dragonfly, butterfly, hummingbird connected to this? I can't see. I'm blind as a bat. What am I
that is a
looking at?
little goblin with butterfly wings.
Okay, because this is why I'm picking up
And
something with
there's
wings.
actual guns on the tattoo.
Okay, that's why I'm picking up something with wings, and I was wondering what that was. I can't see. I just can't see. My glasses don't allow me to see that screen being, minute. I mean, I'm looking at 1-inch squares, so, which is wonderful because I get to
Yeah,
see
he's
all
on his
6 of you.
phone.
I get to see you all at one time. It's wonderful. So,
Very odd. Yeah.
so, Rachel again,
Mhm.
North Carolina, correct?
Right.
Okay. I don't know why I'm picking on you. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. But
Pick away.
I don't. There's a lot of tree energy around you, and I don't know why. Like very Pictish. Are you familiar with the word Pictish?
I'm not.
Okay, back in Celtic time periods, like possibly Viking or the Celts or Irish, Scottish, that time period. They had people that worshiped trees, and they were called Pictish people. And they used, if you look at the symbols on tattoos or just artwork, they're circles. Okay,
Yeah.
so when you see that, that's called Pictish drawings because that represents the tree rings. This is what I'm seeing around you, and I don't know why. You got a lot of Pictish energy around you, or a lot of tree energy, and I don't know what that's all about. But watch out for trees, I guess. But this is what I'm. This is what I'm picking up.
Or I do inside, so maybe that's what it is.
Possibly, I just feel that heavy duty. And who's the person connected with the Native American thing? Was that Donna?
Yes.
That's me.
I don't know anything about your tribal background, but the people I'm looking at have black mask. So I don't know if this was a mask of berries or but they're black or dark. And this is what I'm
It's a
picking up for
warrior.
your connection.
Yeah, it's a warrior.
Okay.
I'm straight descendant from a Native American women's warrior.
Okay. So what I'm
Very
picking up is a person that watches over you that's male energy, but doesn't say anything. So he's almost like a shamanistic or grandfather type. And he just watches and he kind of observes and then sends in who's needed to take care of you.
Yeah.
Just letting you know what I'm
Absolutely.
picking up. So
Yeah.
just letting you know.
It's my dad.
Mandy, you're a lost case. No, I'm kidding. No, you're not. I apologize. I lie. Anyways, so yeah, I pick up different things as I go, and I try not to do that when I'm doing readings, but like when there's multiple people, but it's like sometimes I can't help it. It is what it is. Cindy, do you have a sister?
No.
I've got a person connected to you, and I know all these people are connected, but this is somebody who's very, very close to you. I've got the number 2, and I don't know what that is. So it's either February or this is a second. I don't know if it's a half sister, half brother. I don't know what this is, but this is a half person or a step brother, step sister.
I have
But I got somebody
cousins
very.
that are females.
This is somebody, it's a female, and I believe she's extremely close, and I don't know why. So I don't know. What about a grandmother? Because I have a grandmother, she keeps showing me clip-on earrings, and I don't know who this is. She keeps showing me clip-ons, so I don't know what that's
That's
all
my
about.
grandma Ray. I wear
Okay.
her around my neck. She would
Okay.
always wear her clip-on earrings.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one who's coming to me because I was trying to figure out, I've got a lot of energies coming from all these people, but that one was the most dominant, was the clip-ons stepping through going, hey, now she's got a wooden spoon, which is my symbol for discipline as well as baking. And she has a rolling pin, which is also for that. So I don't know if she has recipes you're supposed to have or if you were supposed to
my
get
God,
those.
no, that's my grandma Sap.
Okay.
That's
So,
Grandma Sap. She was the cooker, the
Okay.
caretaker, the sewer. Yes, that's my grandma's sap because she
I
would
don't know
clip
how
on
she's
in.
connected with diamonds or if these are just something she says diamonds are a girl's best friend, but she's connected in the month of April possibly, but she is definitely showing me like some kind of big gaudy ring. So I don't know what that's all about. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so she comes through, but she wanted to say hi to you and let you know she's okay. Also, who got the dishes?
Oh, Aunt Julie got
Okay.
dishes.
Okay.
Aunt Julie got the
Marcus,
dishes.
Marcus, you have a J and a T connected to you. Now, watch my hand as the J comes down. Let's see how I can do this. J comes down, it has a crossbar, and the T comes down, it has a crossbar. So I can't tell the difference between those two letters. I don't know if it's a J or a T because it's coming through clear jello and it's very difficult for me to connect. But there's two letters that are connected to you, J and T. And I don't know if the T stands for Anthony or Tony, and then there's a J which stands for Jimmy or James or whoever, but those are two letters connected to you, and I don't know how, but they're very connected to you.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah, just letting you know.
Not that I know off the top of my head.
Okay, so there's no John or Jim or James or
No?
remember the J and the T because I'm sure you'll come up with it after we get off of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very strong energy. Your grandfather's name, what was it?
Mine?
Yes,
Carl.
Carl. Oh, there was a Carl. I said Carl. Weird. I mentioned that name earlier, and I didn't even know that was the name. I did say that's a weird name. How interesting. I was going to say Chuck or Charlie, but Carl came to me. How interesting. Huh. Okay, never mind. I'm on my own little la la land here. So, so does anybody? I mean, I've got obviously a million stories, but does anybody have any questions for me that I can maybe answer?
Mandy?
I was going to ask something a little bit ago. It was about just having like intuitions. Like I've always had intuitions about things, and I've always wanted to try to get more in tune with it. When I was little, somebody very close to me passed away, and I would interact with this person. And then as I got older and, we was in church and everybody's like, you don't do that because, those are demons and you don't talk to them. They're not there. That person's gone. Quit doing that. So it scared me. And I wish I would have never stopped. And I was wondering how to.
I was mentioning that earlier, and I just want to say something which I don't understand. I read this all the time about how people think that the demons are the ones that are acting like your relatives that are coming through to say hi to you or whatever it is. I don't understand why the grandmother who's wearing the clip-ons is going to come through and talk to me about recipes when her intent is to be demonic and make
Right.
me or talk to me and tell me
Yeah.
something evil.
Yeah.
How does that work when Grandma Sap is coming through talking to me about cookie recipes, but you're telling me it's demonic? See,
Yeah.
that's where I have a problem.
Yeah. I don't believe
Okay.
it anymore, but that's
Okay.
what they told me as I was growing up. So I quit what I was doing
Yeah, of course.
because I got scared because I was so young. But I want to get that connection back.
Well,
So
that's what I was referring to earlier. I mentioned this earlier while we were talking, and that is you're getting to know that connection or how to do that connection. I'll talk to you about that in a second, but I just want to mention something. Don't get me wrong. I know there's negative energies out there, and I do know that demons can exist. It's very rare to me, though. It's more negative energy,
Yeah.
and or a negative being or a negative entity. But I'm just saying that if you have somebody that comes through, it's a loved one, and if somebody else is trying to disguise themselves as that loved one, and I'm doing a reading for you, and I've spent 2 hours with you on a reading, and nothing came through that was negative, what would be the purpose of them in like possessing the grandmother? There's no purpose. There's no reason for them to come through. So that's where I draw the line. And I have to say, as a skeptic, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that's demonic. I
Right.
can't. And as far as addressing what you're talking about, this is a question. This is everybody's personal journey. And once again, you can learn from people like Cindy, you can learn from people like me, but you are on your own journey and you have to figure out what makes you tick. And you may not be able to do all the abilities, but you may be able to do one and do it well. So find which one works for you. Do a lot of experimenting, play around. There's tests you can do. And as you do these tests, you're going, well, I don't want to do tests. I want to read people. Do the test first. Learn how it works. Once you learn the functionality of it or how the steps go to get into this field, then you can apply it like with the cards. The cards are so hard. There's 78 cards in a deck. To learn every card is so hard. So you learn one suit at a time, and you do a reading with one suit. Then you do a second suit. You learn all the cards, and then you mix the two suits together. You learn it in phases because you can't learn it all at once. So you have plenty of time. You're young. Just keep playing around with it and just try different things. You may not want the cards. You may want runestones. You may find yourself connected with that. Whatever your venue is, you'll figure it out. I'm just saying that's how I would do it if I was you. Just learn what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah. And this is the thing too. Michael made a good point earlier on when he first started talking, and that was everybody is different.
2 years ago.
And everybody is different, and we all like I'm different than he is. I'm different than Tracy.
She's
Jones.
prettier.
And you know, everybody and their abilities are going to handle things differently. And like, you know, I have my support. I've got Marcus and everything, but it is a learning curve. It is a lot of learning and everything, but not everybody is going to learn and develop the same way.
Right.
And I totally agree with you, Michael, in the aspect that at times it does kind of not dissipate, but it kind of just goes away for a little bit, like takes a break.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden my energy, all this stuff, just all of a sudden now I just noticed that my abilities have grown even more. And I'm like, whoa, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
Like, but
well, you need a rest. You got to have your mind has to have a rest. Your body has to have a rest, and then it opens up, and you go, okay, I'm ready, and it fills you back up again.
Yeah.
You know, it's really important to do that. I know I'm overpowering. I know I talk a huge amount. I've done it all my life. It's just the way I am. I'm like a used car salesman. But Rachel and Donna and Tracy, whoever, if you guys have something to say, please jump in, because I really don't want to dominate, which I'm doing. I mean, I've already killed Marcus off. He's gone. So
no, I think he just stepped away for a second.
I'm just enjoying listening to you and learning. That's what I do. Mostly.
And magically he appears.
I had to use the restroom.
Oh, okay. When you're done using it, put it back. All right. So, anyways, my point is, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that you just want to hear what I have to say, but like I said, I don't know everything. I'm still learning, but I find that this experience that I have with the people I read for, the life experiences of passing away, coming back, learning from each thing, I want to give to people because I'm not going to be here forever. And I want them to take some of anything of what I've learned and apply it and then mess around with that and continue with your life. Because some of you may not get to the point of where I'm at because you didn't know how to get there. So I'm kind of giving you little helpful hints, hopefully, and you can play around with it. I don't think that we should go into things sight unseen and just experiment and just throw ourselves into it because, like I said, not everything out there is in your best interest. Okay, there are things that are negative, and I know that. I walked into a hotel room. I got to tell you this. Here's another story. Here it comes. I went to this hotel that's known for murders, okay, gangster type stuff, and I walked. This place is known for being very haunted, and Cindy, it's in Ventura County, and I walked into this room and I looked and I went, oh my God, this room is tilted. It literally was tilted, like you see in the carnival, you know, one of those tilted rooms.
Wow.
And I walked in, I went, oh my God, this is really distorted and it's very disturbing, very dirty feeling. And I thought, unclean spirits, it just felt really bad. And I walk in the room and and this is what I was trying to tell you, Tracy, that you got to be careful. And I walked over to the closet and I literally felt somebody taking their finger and doing this, beckoning me into the closet. And I'm like, oh, that ain't happening. So I'm sitting there and I'm playing around with, what do they call those dowsing rods? Whatever they call those things.
Yeah.
And I'm having a good time because mine are spinning like airplane propellers at this point. And I'm just having a.
Uh-oh.
This is so funny. No, am I here?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, good. So I'm sitting there and I swear to you, this is so funny because it's almost like I mentioned earlier about Star Wars. I'm like, there's a disturbance in the force. And they're laughing. And I go, no, there's something somebody's coming this way. Well, a good friend of mine's a psychic and she walked in 2 seconds later and I go, I knew I felt something. She walks in the room and this is the first thing she says. She goes, oh my God, this room is tilted. And they just lost it. It was like hysterical because I go, you feel what you feel, you know? And then she goes, that closet, don't go in that closet. I go, I wasn't planning on it, you know? So she felt what I was feeling because there are certain psychics that will be on the same wavelength, on the same page as you, and other ones you try to relate to and you respect them for what they're able to do, but you can't relate.
Yeah.
Okay. There are professional readers who read cards. They're very, very good at it. They know every card, all the meanings, the numerology, the astrology of the cards, but they're not psychics. They just read cards. I am an intuitive reader. So I look at the card, I read the card for what it is, and then I go beyond that. So what happens is I'm looking at the card, I give them what it's telling me, and then I open myself up to see what else it's telling me. So that's an intuitive reader. So yes, there are great card readers out there. So that's another thing. They're just card readers. That's the fortune teller I was telling you about that leaves their job and becomes a fortune teller. That's what that is. But that's not me. I go a little beyond that. I'm an intuitive reader. I'm a evidential psychic, which is what I was telling you about on missing persons cases. And I'll just kind of go into that in a minute if you don't mind. And then, because I don't know how long you want to be on the air. And then, there's evidential psychics, which I am, but there's also a medically intuitive. Are you guys familiar with that?
No.
I'm
I
not.
did it on you earlier when I said, like, for example, when I mentioned somebody's kidneys and lungs and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I pick up somebody, I don't know which one he is, but I pick up somebody who either was a former smoker or somebody who had a lung issue and they couldn't breathe. And so this is what I'm picking up. So
That's
I don't know.
I have one. I
Okay.
have one.
So this is what I'm picking up. Now, which one of you was with this person or a person like that was with them when they passed?
My grandpa died of lung cancer and emphysema.
Were you with him when he passed?
My son, my brother.
I was there, but
Okay.
I didn't like him.
Okay. So here's the thing. Which one of you said I was there?
I did.
Okay.
We both.
Here's the thing. Whoever this person is telling me I don't know if you guys know this or not, because it's just another tidbit of information you guys might not know, but the hearing is the last thing to go. Okay. So the body remains, but they hear what's going on in the room. So you've seen pictures of people's spirits floating out of their bodies while they're still hearing what's going on in the room. So they're hearing you say it's okay to go. They heard everything you said, but they couldn't respond. So whoever's grandfather, uncle, whoever this was, is telling me their eyes were closed. They could hear you, but they couldn't respond. So they're letting you know that they heard you and they're very happy where they're at, whoever that is. So I don't know which one of you told me that, but I'm just letting you know this is what I was told.
My brother died from lung cancer. He was 46.
Okay. This is what this person's telling. Were you with him?
Yes, I took care of him.
So this is almost like you're reading or you're talking next to them and then they pass. But this is what they're telling me is they're okay. Now, did he have something on his hand, or was one of his hands messed up or something? Something showed me like a stroke or something. One of you guys, somebody showed me a stroke or a heart attack because I'm getting left side of the body, but it didn't kill them.
He had
arthritis.
He was only 46, but it
Yeah.
did after, because the cancer was so fast. It came literally. He died within 6 months of.
That's very quick. Very quick. So,
And
Marcus, do you have another person connected with you with the name Mark or Michael or Matt? I've got an M name. It's very connected to you.
Friend.
Okay. Is he still with us?
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay. When was the last time you talked to him?
2 days ago.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with him, but I feel like there's something going on where you need to still call him or talk to him again.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but there's something going on. I don't know if it's a vacation you guys were talking about or taking a trip, but I feel like there's something going on where he needs to talk to you again. And I don't know what that is. So do what you want. I'm just letting you know.
We were supposed to golf on Thursday.
Okay. This coming Thursday or this past Thursday?
This coming Thursday.
Okay. I would check something. There's something, I don't know what this is, but I feel like, is it desert area?
No.
I've got something with the desert that's connected with lightning, and I don't know what this is. So it's a weird one. I don't know what that is. I'll let it go because I don't know what that is, and I'm just going to let it go.
You said J and a T earlier.
Yeah,
Tyler, his friend Tyler, goes out to the desert a lot.
Okay.
and does
I'm
his
glad
motorcycle.
you didn't know your friend's name was Tyler though. That would have ruined it. That was a joke. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Well,
Well,
no, I was just trying to think. Sorry, I was
No,
thinking
no. You know what,
like
Marcus?
how
Here's the deal. I had a girl last week, and I said to her, "Well, I didn't have a girl last week, but you know what I mean." I was doing a reading, and I said to her, "I go, whose name starts with the letter H?" She goes, "I don't know." Half an hour into the reading, I said, "Who's Hector?" She goes, "Oh, that's my dad." And I looked at her and I said, "His name is Hector. It starts with an H, and you didn't know your own dad?" She said, "Oh," she goes, "I was not thinking." I go, "Yes, you were. You were thinking too hard." So don't get weirded out by the fact that you didn't know what JT was, because that happens. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a lot of friends. We make a lot of friends. We make a lot of enemies. We have a lot of history. So don't feel weird about that. But I'm just telling you that JT, that T is a very dominant T. And I don't know who that is, but they definitely have something going on. And I don't know if it's a health issue, but I just feel like there's something there.
Okay, with the person named T with the T.
Yeah. She said it was Tyler or something. Did you, Cindy?
You have
Oh,
a
yeah.
friend named Tyler.
Yeah. So
the,
I would
the
check with
J,
him if you haven't.
and John that are both passed away.
Yeah. Okay. So John
Jay,
and Tyler. Yeah.
Jay is
Big,
also my
big
son.
J's, big T's. I have an A name like Andrew or Andy. I don't know what that one is. Or Anthony, like I said, short for
Anthony.
Tony, short for Anthony, which is
I
a
have
T.
My dad's nickname is Tony. I have a
Okay.
brother Anthony, a brother Todd, and a brother John.
Well, then
And
obviously the JTs were pretty strong letters coming through for all you guys, because everybody's got a J and a T.
Yeah.
So now who's the grandfather that was the fishing person?
I have a grandpa that was
My
a
grandpa
fishing
Andy.
There you
My
go.
grandpa Andy.
Okay, well, I think it's him that's coming through because he's showing me fishing stuff. He shows me a tackle box, but I have to ask you a question. Marcus, do we have a will or a trust that's going on with you or your family or something?
No.
Which one of you is picked? I'm picking up a will or a trust that didn't go through properly. I don't know which one of you it is, but I feel like the I's weren't dotted, the T's weren't crossed, and there's something going on with that. Something happened with the family. They took things out of the house they weren't supposed to. Jewelry was taken. Things were taken before they were supposed to be. You're like, that sounds like everybody's family.
Yeah.
my dad.
I don't know. I don't know if it's you, Marcus, but I feel like it's on this side of me. Rachel, is that you possibly?
Yeah,
What's that all about?
there's a lot of that in my family. It's my great aunt that died.
Okay. Was there a will or a trust?
Oh, that would be my grandpa.
Okay. Because I feel like that person just comes through. He stood in the background and he didn't want to be known. I just lost everybody. Oh, there's Marcus. Hi, Marcus. You moved around. I just feel like sometimes these people come through, but they stay in the background because they don't want to be, they're not sure if they want to be heard. But he stepped up and he goes, just tell her I'm here. Your grandfather, Rachel, but
I'm actually in his old bedroom right now.
okay. This is what I'm picking up. I didn't know why I was picking this up, but he showed me fishing stuff and did he smoke?
He didn't smoke, but he did.
Because I got like a lung thing going on, like a pipe or a cigar, because he showed me his lungs were very weak, and I don't know what that's all about. And a boat. So was it an outdoor person or was he into fishing?
Okay, well, so this kind of might relate to me. I don't know, because
The problem is I've got your pictures are crossing over each other the way I'm looking at them, so I'm having to kind of pick apart or filter through each one of you and figure out who's who.
Okay. All right.
It's not the same as doing a reading directly across from somebody.
Yeah. But I mean, my uncle David, I was super close with when I moved to Colorado. I mean,
Okay.
He was a huge fisherman, and he had his boat. We would go out on the lake all the time. And I mean, I would fish like every day. And
Did somebody get hooked?
He was a smoker, and his lungs were really weak.
Okay. Then I think that's him. He's showing me a fish hook in the hand. I don't know what that's all about, but like it went into somebody's finger or thumb or something. I don't know what that's all about, but this is what he's showing me. Something about a fish hitting you or knocking. I don't know what this is. Like he pulled it in, or I don't know what. Like it's a comedy of errors, like things falling apart, and I don't know what this is. But he's laughing, and I don't know what this is. Whether you were really young or what. But this is what he's showing me, just like a scenario of somebody going on a fishing trip, and it was kind of a comedy of errors. Things kept falling apart, but I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. So, but anyways, I don't know if it's him that came through. But Rachel, I felt like your grandfather in the room that you're in, I feel like that energy is still there. So if you feel a
Yeah.
visitation from him, or if you feel like he's still in the room, I think you're right. Okay, I really feel that he's still there. He watches over. I don't know if there's two mirrors in the room. Are there two mirrors in that room?
Yeah, there was. So I flipped one around backwards because they
Okay,
were
because
facing.
this is his. Yeah, that's his doorway. That's his portal.
Oh, do I need to put that back?
No, if you do that, you're opening it up to other energies, and he can make his own way back. I just don't think it's a good idea.
I like having him here. He did build a pond on his property and fill it full of
Okay.
catfish. He loved fish.
Oh, okay. It's funny because, like I said, I'm getting layers of history from everybody, just different layers from different people. And I'd love to sit here and do readings for every one of you, but I don't want it to be boring for people. So I just want to kind of throw it out there.
Not at all.
But Rachel, yours comes through very strong, and I don't know why, but he comes through extremely strong. I don't know why I'm seeing a flannel shirt or possibly like blue, but a color
That's
blue.
all.
I don't know why.
It was flannel shirts.
Yeah, this is what he's showing me. He's trying to identify himself. Now, is there a person connected to you with a J name also, like Joyce or Jenny or June?
My dad's name is Jeff.
Okay, so it's a J name.
Mhm.
Okay, that was J, Jim. Okay, why are you showing me this? Is he an outdoors person? Because I keep getting like shotgun, boat, fishing, coin collection. I don't know what that is. Was he military? Because I've got metal or some kind of dog tags or something.
Yeah, he was a Marine. His
Okay.
Marine.
Okay, because I get dog tags. He may not have had dog tags, but I get the dog tags, which is he's showing me military. Very proud of that.
Yes,
Just letting you know. Does he have a injury from that? Like a leg or arm type thing, because he shows me his body, and I don't know I don't know why Grandpa showed me his body, but this is what he's doing, and I'm just wondering why he's showing me this. I don't know if he got injured in the service or if he hurt his hand, or did he use his hands, like aside from fishing like we were talking about, was he skilled with his hands? Because I'm getting his hands looking like they're arthritis.
He was a mechanic, and right
Okay.
before he died, they did tell him that they were going to have to cut off his legs, but he died
Okay.
before.
Okay, because he shows me his legs, and he's sitting, and he shows me he's up dancing right now, which he may not have done in real life, but he's dancing around showing me that his legs are okay. So he wanted to let you know his message would be to you, I am good on this side, not like I was on that side. He goes, so I am perfectly, look, he goes, and he's walking around showing me his legs. Now, who is the woman with the swollen legs with connected to one of you that wears her stockings rolled down?
That might be my great grandma.
Okay, because she shows me swollen legs, like almost like edema, where the water retention.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
She
swollen,
always-
but okay, because she's coming through also as well. For the person who's the quietest person in the entire room, you have the most people coming through right now. I don't know why, but they seem to love you, and they seem to basically want to be there for you. So I don't know why they're coming through, but they are.
Yeah, I'm
who's
pretty sure she's for me too.
Who's connected with Air Force or airplanes? Is there somebody connected with like a mechanic, airplane mechanic, or airplanes?
My grandpa's brother was in the Air Force, and he started an airport after he got out of service.
Is he still with us, or is he passed?
He passed.
Okay. The reason why I got airplane is because it's his way of showing me that they're together.
Oh, wow.
On the other side.
That would make
now,
sense.
they may not have gotten along in life. I don't know. But on the other side, all of that's gone. All that's removed off of them. Anything that's anger and negativity, and now they're together. So they're very good together on the other side. Just letting you know.
That's awesome.
That's weird.
I'm really glad to hear that.
I am what I am. So, but that's the message I have for you, is that they're on the other side. They're all good, but they wanted to say hi to you, Rachel. And is your grandmother connected, or that woman we were just talking about, is she connected with Christmas?
She loved Christmas.
Okay, because she shows me stockings with letters on them, and that's my symbol for somebody who's really into Christmas. And so I didn't know if she was the one I was looking at. And she shows me her legs. So let me ask you a question. She shows off, like she's flirting, being flirtatious. And she said, look at my legs. They're perfectly fine now. She goes, I was a looker when I was younger. So apparently she thought she was all that in a bag of chips. So just letting you know.
That sounds about right.
She did come through for you. She just wanted to let you know. Does she have, or I don't know if it's your grandmother, Cindy, or who this is, but they're showing off their hair. It's kind of reddish brown.
Okay. Yeah.
Or is this your grandmother or grandmother Rachel? I don't know which one it is.
It might be
My
mine
grandma
again.
had short, reddish, brownish hair.
That's this one. She keeps doing this with her hair. Show me is short and it's really pretty.
Uh-huh.
Now who's of the two ladies I'm looking at, Rachel and Cindy? Who's connected November, December, either birthdays, death? Because I'm getting topaz.
That's
my
my
grandma's
birthday.
birthday.
Topaz is my color. So
Okay,
that
'cause this
might
is
be
what I'm
my
picking up.
grandma's gray.
Okay, because this is what I'm picking up. It's either blue or gold, but I don't know which one it is. But it's topaz. Okay, whoever this is that's connected to you, it brought that up because that's their connection to you is the topaz.
Yeah, my topaz. Yeah.
Okay.
My grandmother. I have my grandmother's ring, and it's got a topaz in it. She gave
Okay.
it to me.
This is her. She wants to know if you still have it.
Yes, I
Okay.
sure do. I showed Marcus
Yeah,
not too long
I don't
ago.
know what the hell it is with dead people, but they love asking me about their jewelry. Okay. It's so ridiculous, but like they're going to need it, right? Unbelievable. Who are they showing off to, right? It's like, you're done. Go over that side. Find something else. You play with dirt, whatever it is you do on that side. By the way, the other side of the veil is extremely comfortable. It's very peaceful and it's very euphoric. So you don't always want to come back. I don't want to go over there anytime soon, but I'm just letting you know it's very euphoric. So just letting you know it's where they're at. They're very at peace and very comfortable, especially the two Rachel, your two people, and Marcus, your two people. I don't know what it is, but they're whoever that is on the other side. I think it's your brother and your dad or something.
Me?
Yes. It's two
what?
men. It's two men, and they're very connected.
Oh no, my brother and dad are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine.
I don't know who this is, but
All three of us are very disconnected.
okay, because this is on the other side, and they're very connected. Whoever this is, they're
Oh,
also
well, it could be my grandpa and then his son.
okay because
Which-
they're playing cards. I don't. That's just something they're messing around with or what, but they're playing cards. They're just having a nice time together. So just letting you know, it's very peaceful and very much relaxed for everybody. Just let everybody know, and just letting you know. Now, which one of you, which for me this is a problem, but which one of you has a snake?
I used to.
Okay, either they were bit by a snake, or they connected with a snake, or it's their symbol, or year of the snake, or whatever. Because I've got a snake connected to one of you. And for me personally, the only good snake's a dead one, but that's my opinion. For all you snake lovers out there, I'm sorry, but I have an issue with snakes.
Me too.
Yeah, not my thing. Also, when you dream about them, they are supposed to be people that don't have your best interest in mind.
Yeah.
So just letting you know, people that's speaking, smack about you behind your back, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, Donna, do you have a question for me?
No, I was just going to say the two men. I'm a widow. I lost my husband and son, but
Okay.
car accident at the same
Okay.
time.
The reason why I picked on you is because that's where my focus was at. So I'm wondering if these two guys I'm thinking of is you.
They died within minutes of each other. So.
How is the number 7 connected to either one? Were either one born in July or passed in July? Or do we have a person named Ruby connected to you? Because that's the stone for July. But I don't know how this is connected to your son and your husband or whatever, but there's the number 7 connected to them in some way, and I don't know why. Either they had 7 brothers and sisters or they were one of 7. I don't know. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to let it go because I don't know why that's connected, but that's what I'm picking up.
Seventh son of the seventh son.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, that's my
Seventh
7 then.
son.
That kind of makes sense. Let me ask you, that makes a lot of sense. I got a rose that comes through for me. Now, I don't know if this is a name or an actual rose.
I have a cousin.
I'm terrible with colors. So just letting you know, I'm picking up white or light, like yellow, possibly pink, but this is what I'm picking up. Is your cousin passed away or are they still with us?
No, she's still with us.
Okay.
But, her name is
I don't-
Rose.
But her name's Rose.
Roses was, yeah. But Roses was my thing. My husband always That was
Okay.
his thing.
This is what he's showing me. I didn't know what it was because I see a rose and I didn't know if it was a name. It's a symbol. Remember the yellow emojis? I'm getting all these emojis, and that's why I was asking, because I'm getting the rose, and like I said, I don't know if it's white or yellow or pink, but it's a light color, and that's what I'm picking up. And I'm terrible with colors. It's like I'm colorblind when it comes to the other side. I see everything in black and white. There's also a dog with your son and your husband. I don't know if the dog
Absolutely.
passed away, but it's
Yeah,
two-tone, black and white or brown and white, but it's two-tone. That's with
Yeah.
them, letting you know they're together, all of them.
It was my son had a favorite when he passed away. His dog, his name was Wild Dog, and I lost him, the dog, shortly after I
Okay.
lost my son. But they were so connected; they were always
Yeah.
together.
They're all
You know,
together. They're definitely together on the other side. I'm just letting you know. You guys, am I boring you? I'm sorry. I'm just kind of rambling.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
me
can't
neither.
speak for the others. So
I feel terrible. I feel like I'm like,
good. I had to move to charge my computer. I couldn't find that.
no, I have no issue with that. I know I've dominated this
That's all kinda
conversation. I
glary.
just wasn't sure,
No.
you know?
Michael, can I bring up something for
No.
you?
Yes, go ahead.
So we talked about astral projecting, right? And whatever. And there's moments that I call it floating.
Yeah.
I'm floating. So I don't normally call my dreams anymore. They're
Right.
too realistic, and I
Okay.
feel that they're more where a lot of messages that I'm
Sure.
getting through. So the most
Symbols,
current
yeah.
one that I had, Marcus was with me. We're at a hotel door. I don't
Are you
understand.
sure that's a dream? Marcus is in your dream? I don't know about that. Go ahead.
Well, he's kind of like been my protector during my journey of developing my abilities. So
Okay.
I think that's probably why he was
Sure.
there with me.
Absolutely.
So we're at a hotel. It's one of those old-fashioned ones where you walk on the front part and the doors are on the outside,
Yeah.
facing the parking lot. Okay.
Okay.
I go to the
TMI,
door. For some reason, we're there. I didn't understand why. I walked in. I see the bed, see the nightstands, and all that. I
That's
noticed
TMI, you know.
I noticed the bathroom had some of it was melting wax, and some of the
Okay.
wax was hard. Well, on the hard wax was a pentagram and runes, witch runes, okay, all over that. When I walked into the hotel bathroom, I saw a lady in a bathtub, gray hair, short. She was older looking. Candles were lit, and I could tell she was doing a ritual.
Okay.
One of her eyes was kind of a faded, like blind, and the other one was brown. This one side, the right side, was like a bluish faded
Okay.
color. Okay. The other side was brown. I don't know why I did it. I got into the bath with her, sat on her, and started choking the crap out of her and telling her, "You will not do this to me. You will not." And I'm choking and choking. I'm like choking her so freaking hard. And then Michael, all of a sudden, she turned into a dang baby. A baby. I stopped choking immediately.
Well, that's why, though. They know the symbol of innocence, and that's the only way they could get to you.
Yeah.
So, what is your interpretation or thoughts on that? I'm curious on your thoughts.
Okay. We all know that our dreams, a lot of our dreams are influenced by what we do during the day. Okay. Or in our lifetime. And not all dreams make any sense, because we all know also there's things where you have a snake wearing a vest, okay, which is ridiculous, or pigs flying, but they do have meanings. They do have symbols for the most part. I think you are very caught up, and I don't want to use the word caught up because it's unfair, but I think a lot of your lifestyle and a lot of the things you experience are gothic and witchy and those kind of things. So that could play a part in the way it's perceived in your head, meaning it could have been something completely different, but the way you interpret it is witchy. Okay. It could be somebody who does not have your best interest in mind, and that's how it's actually portrayed in your brain, as a witchy, ritualistic woman and then the child is there to basically get you to back off. Okay, because there was more to it than what you were seeing, and that was your first inclination was this woman is doing a ritual, and and she, you jump in there to stop her, and then the baby appears and it stops you. There was more to it, and you needed to find out what it was, but you stopped the dream literally about 3/4 of the way through not because of fear, but because of your anger. Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
you are.
and then of course I woke up like
I think that
choked
you're
up
being.
and
I think that you're being put into. This is just a thought. It's just my theory, but I think you're being categorized by the people around you that think you're a witch, and I don't mean that I mean that in the most respectful way, but in a way of the Wizard of Oz witch. Okay, like you literally being portrayed in their eyes as no matter how much you think people accept you, most people stay in the closet because people don't accept you. Okay, so the way I'm seeing this dream is, this is my interpretation. Remember, this is my idea. It's that guilt of coming out of the closet, so to speak, coming out of the broom closet, and letting people know kind of what you're about by doing this program we're on right now. And you have Coven of Curiosities, right?
yeah, it's
Okay,
my LLC. Yeah.
that's my point. And so people may misconstrue that or misinterpret that. And I think it's a fear more of you, like killing the witch and saying, that's not what I am. Okay? I'm not what people think I am. I'm not that crone. This is just an interpretation of what I'm picking up.
Okay.
And then the baby appears, which brings you into reality, which is, I'm innocent. I'm looking for answers. I want to learn things, but I'm not doing I'm not doing ritualistic, once again, cat killings. I'm basically learning about things that I'm curious about.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus, of course, now where was he during this?
He was next to me. He wasn't in the bathtub with me. He
Right.
was just out the doorway.
You had your chance, dude. What's wrong with you? All right. That would have been amazing. But anyways, that's another whole story. But TMI, right? But I'm just saying that's my interpretation, is that it's a fear that's being projected into the dream. And I think I don't know how proud you are of what you do or what you're about, but the way you represent yourself, I think you want acceptance. And I think a lot of times we're not getting it completely. And so you're killing off the stereotype. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It does. It does.
Okay. Now, the scariness of it, the cliche old hag crone person is always going to be there because that's the way people perceive witches. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I know a lot of them and they don't look like that. Okay. I know a lot of beautiful women that look like that inside, but generally on the outside, they're beautiful. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I just think that's what you're doing is literally that dream is letting you know that you're fighting a fight that I don't think you can win, because you can't push a rope. People will believe what they want. You just have to be comfortable with who you are and in your skin and move forward without hurting anybody. Harm nobody. Magic, do what you will, harm none. And that's kind of like where you should be.
Okay.
I have an issue with spells. I have an issue not with spellcraft, but spells. Having other people's will or free will changed because I want it to be that way. And so for me, that's where I draw the line. I think manifesting, like I'd like it to rain, or, I want to see naked farm animals, whatever it is, that's up to me. But that was ridiculous, but that's up to me. But I'm just saying, for me to take a person I know and say, oh, I'm going to do a love spell, or you're kind of changing their free will. And that's where I draw the line. I think that if that person's meant to love me, I'll say, manifest yourself, show me and then I want to see it. And then maybe I can work with that. But I have my opinions on things, obviously, that. I gave you my deja vu opinion and a couple others.
No, I was just curious on your thoughts on that, because
I think it's you fighting. I think it's an inner struggle.
Yes, and I think that, they said that I'm being tested. I'm being tested.
For what?
My struggles within myself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think you're struggling within yourself. I don't think you need to prove anything.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, because of what you're saying, and even though they're using a different word, it's meaning the same thing.
I am a man of obviously many, many words. It doesn't stop coming out of my mouth. But I'm just letting you know that that's my interpretation, is that it's a struggle within yourself to combat the stereotype or the cliche witch. And that I think that you need to just stop doing that and start facing who you are and the good things that you represent.
Okay. Thank you.
Because this program that you're bringing to people, that's way over the amount I'm sure you wanted it to be, but this program we're bringing to people today, I don't know who's listening or what is going on out there, but hopefully it gives people some insight, some idea of what they can do with their life now, what direction they want to go in. Know that it's free will, free choice. The choices we make dictate what goes on. If you see you made a choice that you aren't agreeing with, you're the one that made it, change it. And Marcus, like I was telling you earlier, your face is in front of you, and that's where you should be, looking forward,
Absolutely.
So, and Rachel, I feel I'm addressing you for a reason, because the cast of characters that surround you are very sweet and very peaceful and at peace. And I just feel a very major comfort, very earthy energy around you. So it's a nice energy, just letting you know.
All right. Thank you.
Donna, you are out of control. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I am out of control. You got it.
So, you're wearing snake boots. I'm jealous. I don't have mine. So, I don't know what I don't sense. What am I picking up here? Hang on a second.
I took them off.
Okay. There's somebody in this group. I don't know who this is. Maybe it's a father figure, or I'm getting a belt. This is my symbol for verbal or physical abuse. It's a lot of friction. So it could be just fighting, or somebody whose father was abused, or they were abusive. I don't know what this is, but I'm feeling like a lot of argumentation, a lot of friction. And I don't know if this is from the past, somebody that was raised that way, but I feel like it's trickled down. Any ideas? Anybody? Okay, just asking, because I got this belt, and this is my symbol, like I said, for either physical or verbal abuse. It's a lot of arguing. So I don't know who this is.
So Mandy, you had your hand up. I have a little something too, but you go ahead.
I had, my dad was an alcoholic.
Okay.
And he was kind of mean.
Okay.
Everybody in my life has been abusive to me.
Okay, because I'm picking up that belt, and it's usually a very significant meaning with somebody who has experienced a lot of verbal and physical confrontation, and it's kept a person in a very docile, non-controlled lifestyle that I feel is no longer there. So this person is freed up to do what they want to do now, but all their life they've been controlled and kept at a point where they didn't feel like they had to say so.
Yeah. Is that about right?
Yeah.
And it's time for you to take control. If you haven't already, I think this is your time. And I just feel that, like, this is one of the main reasons why people do magic, is because they feel like they have control over others or over the situation. And I keep telling them, you could have that even with good magic. You could have that with a good positive light by creating a positive cycle. And you'd be surprised how much it pushes just as much as the darker cycle does. The darker cycle is just easier, that's all. Because people have 20 great things happen to them in a day, and they remember the one thing that didn't happen that was great. And I don't get that. I don't get it.
Hang
It's
on
like,
to everything positive.
It's like you have 20 great things, and then that one thing happens, you're like, oh, nobody gets a flat tire but me. Like, really? Just fix the damn thing and go buy a Fendi bag, for Pete's sake, okay?
I try to grab the positive out of every situation.
You try. It doesn't mean you can do it every time. And there's been days I've had horrible days, and all of a sudden I'm like, write it out. And like 3 o'clock, all of a sudden I feel it lift, and I'm like, oh, it's gone. It's just weird. They try to break you down. Any opportunity they have, the negative energies around you, they're right there. Anytime you want them, you can just reach out. I try not to acknowledge, because they're always going to be there. It's part of life, and you just have to understand it's there. Don't acknowledge it. Don't validate it as much as you can. I mean, I know it happens, but there's the next day comes up and it's a great day. Don't ruin it by remembering the day before. Your face is in front of you. Keep going. That's my advice to everybody. So, uh, um, Mandy, you're in a position right now you're in that what they refer to as the catbird seat, which means you are now away from that conflict, away from that energy, and now it's time to take your life back. You're no longer a non-person. You are who you are. Create Mandy over again, recreate, rebirth. It's time to move forward.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. What did I say to you earlier today?
Shut up. Oh, that wasn't it.
It's happening. It's been happening over the past
Yeah.
few years.
Yeah.
Things have been, and then it
It's
just
time.
big changes are happening now.
So what's the tarantula symbol or the spider symbol? Who's connected with that? I got a black tarantula or a spider that's connected to one of you. I don't know who this is, but I was just curious.
I have a little jumping spider that I keep in my house, but it's not a tarantula.
I'm just seeing a black spider. I just said it was a tarantula. I don't know what it is.
I keep a little jumping spider. And I call him my little roommate, and he gets out and it gets found, and I put him back in my orchids.
Okay, because this is what I'm picking this up, and it's kind of like, okay, all creatures great and small, you know.
He's my friend.
and whose niece or sister or I got a pregnancy coming. Now, who is that?
I got 2 granddaughters having babies.
Okay, I have a news of a birth. I'm just letting you know. I feel twins are coming.
Well, that's possible, I guess.
Just letting you know.
We have twins in the family.
Okay, because I feel twins. I feel like twins. Sometimes I feel bigger than twins the way I am. But yeah, I feel twins. It's funny, but I always tell people this. I always like to use little scenarios, but when the babies, before they're born, the people that are on the other side that have passed away, that are relatives, like grandparents, or whatever, they get to see them before we do, and they put them on a little zip line and they drop them down to the earth. It's like, woo! And so I get to see twins. So it's kind of fun. So it's kind of like there's the zip line, there's 2 babies coming down. So I'm like, okay, there goes 2 children. So I feel like there's twins. I know, isn't that funny? I love this. It's like such a great symbol. So they're happy. And you put them on the zip lines, like so. So this is what I'm seeing is 2 twins. I see twins on a zip line. So if it happens, please let me know.
Well, the girls are due like within a month of each other.
Okay.
So they're really close on dates for birth. And
okay.
They're very
now
close.
who's Shelly or Sharon or Charlotte? I got a C name or an S name. It sounds like Charlotte
Shannon.
or Shelly. Who is it? Shannon?
Shannon, maybe?
Who is that?
My mom.
Your mom? Is she still with us? Is your mom still with us or she passed?
No, she's passed.
Okay. She just popped in and I just wanted to know who she was. So this is, what are you telling me? I got the number 53 or 53 or 50. I don't know what this is. Was she that age when she passed?
No.
Okay, I got the number 53, and I don't know why, or 53. So that could be May 3rd, or I'm not sure if she was born then or in May.
Maybe
or
35 years old. Maybe the numbers are twisted.
It's very possible because I see things a lot of times. Was she 35?
No, she was 27.
Okay, but that's not even close to 35 or 53. So she was how old?
She was 27.
Wow.
And
That's
she
rough.
died in March.
Okay. Oh, March. Okay.
Okay, so there's 3.
Did she pass 3-5 possibly?
No.
Okay. I'm not gonna fish for answers because that's a coincidence. So let me ask you. I don't know why she came through, but what she shows me once again. I see cigarette, and this is my symbol, like the gun that I did with Marcus earlier. This is my symbol for somebody who passed from the chest, and I don't know what that's about. So I don't know if she had chest cancer, breast cancer, or if she had something going on with a heart attack, stroke, UTI. I don't know what this is, but this is what. Wait a minute, hold on. She's with somebody that had this issue. The person she's with, older than her, had something. I don't know if they're the 53 or they're the 53, but she's with somebody on the other side. I don't know why she showed me a car. So let me ask you a question. Are you buying a new car? Did you have a car issue?
I have a car.
Was it hers?
Oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
my stepdad pushed her out of the van and killed her.
Okay, because I have a car. This is what she's showing me. I was wondering what that was. See,
She
like I
died.
told you, it's very cryptic on the other side. I pick up things that are very weird, very dreamlike. So this is what she's showing me, a car.
That's how she died.
That's how she passed? Okay. Well, she's okay. I mean, I'm seeing her okay where she's at, but she wanted to let you know. And Marcus, do you have a friend that passed on a motorcycle? Marcus, are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
We can't. Okay, are you there?
I can't, I'm not looking directly at him, so I'm not really sure. But I got somebody on a red or black motorcycle that's showing me an accident. I don't know if they passed on this or if they just got in an accident.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, no, nobody passed away on a motorcycle.
Okay. Was there an accident with a person who had a black or red motorcycle that possibly had an accident but didn't pass?
No. not
Tyler.
that I'm
Okay.
aware of.
All right. Just asking.
Tyler.
What about Tyler?
His friend Tyler has been in a lot of accidents, and he had
Yeah,
a bad
I mean, he was
motorcycle
on
accident where he
was on a
almost
dirt
died.
bike.
Yeah,
Well,
it was a
I don't
dirt
care if
bike.
it's a dirt bike or a regular bike. It's still a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Do you know what color it is?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just picking up what this is, so I was wondering.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if I'm getting this again, this means either the universe or whatever is telling me to tell you to call him or text or get in touch with him.
Okay.
I would find out what's going on. Just don't tell him a psychic told you. You'll freak him out. I would basically tell him, things like, "Oh, I was just thinking about you. Your name popped in my head. How you doing? What's going on?"
Yeah.
Let him start the conversation. You never know. But I feel like he needs to talk to somebody.
Okay.
Okay. And I have one more person that's coming through because I'm not going to carry this on forever because you guys are getting old and I'm growing a beard waiting. So here's the deal. This person died from asphyxiation. So I don't know if this is through pills or hanging, but I feel like this person passed from not being able to breathe. So I don't know how, because I get the rope, but it could also be substance abuse. So they passed from that, like drowning, like in water. So I was just wondering who that was. Anybody have somebody that passed that way?
Substance.
My nephew hung himself.
Okay, because this is where I'm picking up. Somebody hung themselves, or it's something where I couldn't breathe. So it's
He was
pretty young,
he was in
right?
his 20s. Yeah. He was in his
Okay.
20s.
Now who's
What, Donna? Can you speak up a little bit? We're having a hard time hearing you.
My nephew, he was in his 20s and
Oh,
he was fighting
okay.
with his girlfriend and he hung himself. He
okay?
killed himself.
okay.
Okay, because that's the one that came through just to say hello to you. Tell his mom. Is his mom still on talking terms with you?
She passed away.
Okay,
His mom has passed away.
because his mom came through and he wants me to tell you. His mom passed away, but she didn't catch up to him until after he went through deprogramming. Like he went through his thing where he had to account for what he did, and then she showed up after.
Yeah, she died
So-
later.
Okay, that's
Years
what I was
later.
wondering because he's there and then she shows up, and I was wondering if she passed after him. So I was wondering what
Yeah.
that meant. Okay, well they're together. Just letting you know. I don't know if they got along in life because I'm getting like a friction, but they're getting along now. So just letting you know.
They had a
Difference of opinion.
precarious. Well, yeah, kind of. They loved
Okay.
each other, but they
Right.
still had conflict between
It's
them.
different now. It's different now. They're much more at peace. They have nothing. There's nothing on the other side for them to worry about. So it's kind of like that's what's going on. Who makes who's the Polish or Ukrainian or background? Because I've got rolled cabbage, and I want to know who's showing me that. Anybody connected with Russia or Ukrainian or?
Marcus
me.
is Yugoslavian.
That's
Okay.
Yugoslavia. That's way on the other side.
Okay, because I got rolled cabbage leaves with meat and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, so Yugoslavia, it's broken into 5 countries now. It's like Croatia.
I remember. Yeah,
But
yeah. Somebody's coming through from that
yeah,
time
'cause
period,
the
almost like
Ukraine is more towards like Russia. So-
Yeah, I was gonna say I said Russian, but I didn't know if you heard me. I think it's more towards like war torn, so like Warsaw, Poland, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't know what this is, but she showed me black and white photos of fleeing the country. So I don't know what this is all about, but she came through to say hi. I don't know who she is. I'll let her go because I don't even know who she is. She might be a grandmother, it might be an aunt. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm going to call it quits because I can keep going forever. You know me. You hear me. Um, does anybody have a question for me? I'm so sorry. I just so
I've
Yeah,
enjoyed
Don't be
I
it.
have
sorry.
to-
I enjoyed it.
I know.
Yeah,
I
same.
just, I thank you. I appreciate your patience and your kindness. That's very nice. Um, who's showing me? This is very funny. Somebody's in a bikini. I'm going to keep this vision to myself, I think. Yeah. She's in a bathing suit. And I'm like, okay, 1960s. I can definitely tell it's a 60s, 70s girl. She passed away. So I'm thinking that was her heyday, so to speak. She's with a guy that I think is the one that I'm supposed to talk to. He's playing guitar, so he's a musician type person. Oh wow, this
My
is a great.
my favorite picture of my mom, she was a hippie and she just had a halter top on, but she had bell bottoms on.
Okay, because
See the
I'm seeing a bathing suit, but I thought it was a full bikini, but I'm only seeing the top from the waist up anyway. But
Yeah, my mom was a hippie. It's my favorite picture of her. She's standing up against a tree and she
okay,
has a halter top on. It's my
okay.
very favorite picture. And
I'm sure it would have been my favorite picture too if I saw it. But
she was beautiful.
yeah, she's with somebody that plays guitar. So my assumption is she liked music, obviously, like most of us. But that's right. And does she roller skate, or do you roller skate? Because I got roller skates connected with her.
I did when I was little. She got me roller skates for Christmas before
Okay,
she
because
died.
this is what she's showing me is roller skates. She wanted to bring that up because she wanted to bring up a memory that would trigger a good memory for you. So just letting you know. And then a grandfather, I don't know which one of you it is. It might be you, Rachel. I can't believe I'm remembering your names. That's so cool. For somebody like me, it's like if you remember the 60s, you weren't there. Trying to think of they're showing me like a carnival or some type of a fair, like a county fair, and there's popcorn and cotton candy and ice cream, and this ice cream was such a big deal. Like I don't know what this is, but this is what somebody showed me. Who is this? Which one of you?
She used to take me to we would have bean dinners. You guys remember what those were? And yeah, those are all my favorite memories with
This
her.
is what she's bringing up because she wants to know if you remember these because she passed at such a young age. So it's kind of nice to trigger those memories for you for a few minutes because she just wants to know if you remember her. It's been a while.
The best memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rachel, I have the number 3 connected to you, and I don't know why. That could be the month of March, but I've got the number 3 connected to you for some reason. I don't know if it's a birthday, a death day, but I don't know what that's all about. And do we have a little boy that he's near water? Do we have a person that either was cremated or they passed away in water? Anybody? Or is this just nobody? I'm just picking up random spirits here.
I
does
have a nephew that it
Wow.
was my cousin Rosie's son, and he was playing ball, and he went for the ball, and he fell and hit his head, and he drowned it before they got.
Because I've got water or water in the lungs, but this is water around him. This is the person that's coming through me. How old was he?
He was a teenager.
Okay.
He was young.
Ricky, my husband's daughter, but she's still alive.
Yeah, well,
drowned when she was little. My stepdaughter when she was about 3.
Okay. Because this is a little person, like 3 years old. I was just wondering who this was because they're showing me water and falling.
Oh, I know. It's my little girl. I have a little girl that visits me in March.
Okay.
She comes in March.
Okay,
She
that's 3.
drowned in the creek right beside my house. She has long blonde hair. She wears a little white, like a little white gown.
Of course she does.
And she comes in March, and I've talked to her. She'll come to the bed.
Okay.
First time I saw her, she was sitting on the bed, and then she will come.
That makes
And
sense because everybody, I always laugh at this. Remember, I told you earlier about my town where I live is the most haunted place in the world. Everybody's ghost children come with their white gown and their Victorian look, and it always makes me laugh, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? I think that's the way, it's like Cindy. I think this is what we want to see. Kind of like that's the way we would portray a ghost. They would never be wearing, a 1960s paisley outfit, type thing. So we see them always Victorian or always that innocent age looking type of dress, which I understand.
The little girl that I saw at the hospital just recently, she was wearing the hospital gown.
That too.
Yeah.
That too, because when I go into hospitals, they're all over the place.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be a common thing for a little girl to be wearing if she's in the hospital in the nursery area. So
Can I tell you one more story? It's a ghost story real quick.
Sure.
It involves my magic as well. Do you guys mind?
No.
Don't everybody jump at once. Okay, real quick. Real quick. Whatever. We could just go off and I'll talk to myself. It's okay. Because I love me. Who do you love? Anyways, so I'm at a mental hospital. I'm in a mental hospital, of course, because that's where I just escaped from. But I'm at this mental hospital out where I live here, and the place has been closed down for many, many years. There is record books that we found while I walked in. We got in there that actually are patients from the 1920s, the 1930s. They're all still there right in front of you. It's all covered in dust like you see in a movie. You blow on it and all the dust flies, but these books are still out in the open. So I'm going through this asylum, so to speak, and I get to this one area where the children are supposed to be. And it's a children's ward. And we have the guys that I'm with that are doing an investigation have all their bells and whistles, and they're going off like crazy. And I'm going, there are a bunch of children in this room. And they're like, oh, I said, yeah. And I pulled out some magic tricks and I started doing tricks. And I could feel their little hands touching my face. You know how kids do that, the little kids? I could feel them touching my face. I could feel them touching my arms. And I'm doing this magic, and I'm like, and these people are like, the lights are going off like crazy. And I was like, I want to cross some of them over. There's about 6 or 7 of them, and I would like to cross them over. And they're like, give it a shot. So most of the time, the reason why they're there is because they're afraid to cross over. They don't know. They're comfortable with the little people they're with, but they don't know what's on the other side. And so I was able to connect with these children by doing some magic and cross 3 of them over out of the 7. I could actually feel their souls leave. It was amazing. And that particular day, there was multiple energies. I walked up to one of the buildings, and you know that, I don't know how old you guys are, but do you know the Eagles rock group?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Love
The Eagles.
Okay. The Eagles on Hotel California on the album cover, that's where I was. Okay. That building. Okay.
Okay.
So I walked up to that building and I went, oh my God, look how many people are hanging here. And they looked at me, the historians were with me, and I said, what am I looking at? They go, many suicides were committed in front of this building where people hung themselves off the roof. I said, okay, that makes sense. And then I've got pictures, and maybe I'll send them to you afterwards, but I have pictures, and I told them snap as many pictures as they could, but their camera batteries were drained every time. And we finally got an Instamatic to go, but I've got pictures of orbs, and I'm not a big fan of orbs. I believe a lot of times you can explain them away, but these were orange in color, bright orange, and they faded in and got so bright, and there's like 4 of them. They were huge, like 6 feet. And then I'm like, come take pictures, and they're just snapping away. And we finally got them. So I have them. I can actually show you some pictures later on. But it was amazing. There was so many things that night that we ran into in this asylum. I mean, every room. I mean, it was like somebody paid these ghosts to be there that night. It was crazy.
Wow.
So it was just a crazy investigation. I don't get too many like that, but that one was just phenomenal,
That's so cool.
But yeah, the kids crossing over and stuff, it was the most amazing feeling. It was so wonderful, working with the kids, but feeling that little hand, and on the arm while I'm doing the magic. And it was just so cool, So
That's awesome.
I figured if I'm going to children's ward, I always bring a little magic with me because you never know. The kids might, be attracted to that,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I've been in some places where I was called everything but a child of God by the spirits coming through the radios, you know, swearing at me, and I'm the only one hearing this. And I mean, we're talking some really nasty stuff. And I'm like going, why are you talking to me like that? Don't speak to me that way. And the people that I'm with are like, who the hell is he talking to? And we're like, and so then they play back and you can hear them literally saying these words and hearing me say, why are you talking to me like this? And they're like, oh, now we know why. They had no idea what I was saying, why I was saying it, you know? So I've been on some really funky investigations, you know? So
Gotcha.
for those of
That
you,
sounds pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, some of them have been really good, and some of them have been like, whatever, you know, but some
Yeah.
have been really amazing. You know, you don't always have spirits show up, but most of the time I'm like a ghost magnet. I bring them in.
Nice.
So,
No,
but I want to
it's
go on an
awesome.
investigation with you and Marcus. That would be
Yes.
great. And
No, we want
you
to
know,
do that with you and with Joy and Joey as well.
and Rachel, if I start right now, I can walk. I'll be at your place in a couple of weeks.
Come on.
Maybe we can do an investigation or something. I don't know. Now,
Awesome, I'm game.
who's the North Carolina one? Is that you?
That's me.
Okay, just letting you know. Remember, I mentioned earlier the costume shop that I used to go to in North Carolina every year.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna love this story. Real quick, do you know the very famous picture of Bigfoot
Yeah, the
where he's
gremlin.
walking away?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Grimley, isn't it the
Yes.
Grimley film?
Yes.
Bob
Right?
Gremlin or something like that. Yeah.
That
Bob Gimlin,
suit,
Patty.
that
Gremlin.
suit was made by a company called Morris Costume Company for a guy that was doing it as a joke. And this is a known fact. They actually took that picture not knowing it was going to be a phenomenon.
Wow.
That actual monkey suit. This company was known for making gorilla suits in the 1950s for the movies, like Abbott and Costello movies. The suits were super realistic. And
Okay.
they made that suit for somebody that took that shot, and it's been world famous.
Wow.
And that's in Charlotte, North Carolina, Morris Costume Company. You can look that up.
So that's a whole nother topic.
Yep.
They're-
That-
I wanted you to know that. I
back
wanted you to know that because you're in North Carolina.
That's awesome.
That's going to have to be a different topic
Of
when we
course,
have
of
another
course.
show.
I did
We're
I have
bringing
a,
up something that
I
has
know.
been debated about for years.
I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But look that one up. Seriously, look it up.
Okay.
Morris Costume Company. You find it was a big hoax, and nobody wanted to reveal it, but they did probably about 10 years ago. They revealed that.
They've just brought
So-
it up
Yeah,
again recently.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just letting you know. And I don't believe all the Bigfoot sightings are my friend wearing a gorilla suit. So I know there's other things out there, but I just wanted to bring that one up. And just to let you know, I have a psychic group that I run out here where I live, and there's about 30 of us in the group, and we meet once a month, and we do a workshop, and we learn things like what I was talking to you guys about today. And the reason why I brought this up is because last month I did a lecture or a workshop on cryptids. So it was all about Bigfoot and Mothman and the Jersey Devil and all the fun stuff that
Yeah.
goes bump in the night. You can't believe the amount of cryptids there is out there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Every state has
Yeah.
one. Every state has 10. So
Yeah.
very interesting. Now, there have been a few, like they thought originally the platypus was a cryptid until they found out it was real. And the manatee they thought were mermaids, but they figured that out
I've
later on.
heard that
Yeah.
one before.
And then, of course, the giant squid was proved because there is really giant squids. So there's a few, you know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Folklore is very interesting. So,
Yes.
anyways, so I hope I was okay.
Yes, no, you did
Did I-
well.
You're
We're at 2
Absolutely.
hours and 18 minutes.
Did I
So
pass
we're
the
gonna
audition?
Go ahead and close it out. And thank you, Michael, so much for coming on. You're more than welcome to come on any other time that you
cool.
want or that you're
Yeah, yeah.
available. And we will definitely stay in touch because we do want to do an investigation with you at the
Oh, that'd be
Biltmore
great.
Hotel. Yes.
I would
we wanna
love that.
definitely do that.
Yeah, that'd be
And I
awesome.
would like to work side by side with you.
Yes, absolutely. But not in the bathtub. Okay, so Rachel and Marcus, I can barely see you now. And you got now your moons look like wings. And then we got Donna and Mandy, right? Or Mandy and Donna and me. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for putting up with me and having patience because I thought it was really fun.
It was.
Thank
fun.
you. If you're ever in North Carolina,
Thank
give me a
you.
shout.
Oh, I will. I will.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Send me
absolutely. Thank you so much. It was really fun for me, and thanks for letting me gab. I mean, obviously, I have a lot to say. So, and hopefully, some of the things I said to you today might give you food for thought.
Yeah,
Yes.
Love it.
Well,
Like
They
we're
did.
friends
Marcus,
on.
they did.
keep your face in front of you, Marcus. That's where it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah,
Well, I would because you got this pretty person to look at anyway. But
that's true.
All right, everyone. As you
good.
know, Coven of Curiosities is a judgment-free zone. When joining the Coven of Curiosities, your stories and experiences will be heard because they do matter, and are valued. Please rate, follow, like, share, and subscribe, for it's time to join the Coven and unveil the mysteries of the unknown. So, Michael, if people want to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you? What's your handles?
well, you can literally go on Facebook, Michael Hanna with an A at the end
I
instead
know.
of an H.
I
I'm
fixed
gonna
it. I fixed it.
twist the knife a little bit. You can go into Michael, but I have tarot readings by Michael also.
Okay.
So I have
And
that's an actual page, and you can just go to Michael Hanna, and you can always just message me or text me, whatever works. Shoot an arrow with a note on it, whatever it takes. I answer almost immediately because I'm booked 3 to 5 times a week doing readings. I'm booked 3 to 5 months in advance. I try to fit people in during the daytimes as well as the evenings, but I love doing them, so it's my passion. So yeah, if you guys can get a hold of me, please, I would be more than happy. I do FaceTime readings internationally, all over the world, which is internationally, but I do FaceTime readings both locally as well as internationally. But whatever it takes, I'll do it.
all right. And then Donna, how can people find you?
Well, I can with you, of course, on Coven of Curiosities, and Monsters Unleashed on Saturday night.
I like that.
Window for Sale, Strange Knocks magazines, where I do my little articles, which I missed my deadline, and I have to now catch up.
Because I caused that.
Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. About 50 different podcasts up and running, and a lot more coming at me. I can't keep up with.
Not me. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a
All
lot.
right.
I mean, that's over 2 years. I started 2 years ago, so over the last 2 years, I think I have like 50 shows up now. So,
When I first started, we did phone calls. You couldn't see people, and so it was just phone.
Oh yeah.
me too.
Yeah, and
Yeah, me too.
like what's her name that got arrested? I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but there were phone calls, and you had to hear people's voices in order to do a reading, and or just face to face, and that was it. And now with FaceTime and Zoom, it's been amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Mandy, how can people find you?
Of course, it's right here on Coven of Curiosities. And also Darkness Discoveries at Yahoo or YouTube. My Facebook, Mandy Stiltner. I almost said Amanda. Like, I don't know my... I only do that professionally. Don't know why. Mandy Stiltner, and that's it.
All right.
I'm
And Rachel,
sorry,
how can
Rachel.
people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Rachel Jones. You can email me at hexandhollers@gmail. Snapchat is Shadows of WNC13. And of course, here every Sunday at 5, Coven of Curiosities. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll be on the NCI channel.
Hey,
All right.
Rachel, you said hexes and hollers. Are you referring to like a hollow, like we're talking like tree, like a valley or a meadow type thing?
Kinda, yeah. Like a
Okay, just curious. Just curious. I like it. I think it's wonderful. I think it's really kind of neat.
Cindy
it was
helped me
very-
come up with it.
I like it. I like it. Good job. Good job. And where can I
It's
find
really good
Marcus?
at you.
I want to know where I can
It-
find Marcus. Is Marcus available where? The bathtub?
Yep.
Where's Marcus available?
Marcus, where can people find you?
Instagram, Mullet Marcus, or on Coven of Curiosities every Sunday at 2, and then also the Haunted and Hunted case files.
All right.
Is it like second Wednesday of the month or something like
Yeah,
that?
it's every other Wednesday.
Yeah, every other Wednesday. But yeah, those are the two.
And Federal
And then
Paranormal.
Palmer's Precision Products. You
Yes.
can also
Okay.
on
Yeah.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. And Cindy, I'm going to send you over those pictures of the orbs, and I will send you over one of my videos from Discovery Channel. I did Travel
Okay.
Channel. We did a paranormal caught on camera. I'm on that, so
Okay.
I'll send you those.
All right. No, that sounds good. And if anybody would like to be a guest on here on Coven of Curiosities, you can reach me at covenofcuriosity@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I'm also part of a founder of Federal Paranormal Investigators. And I'm also on Monsters Unleashed. I'm also on the Haunted and Hunted Case Files with Joy from JJ Paranormal. And Joey is actually part of that show too. And what else am I? Oh, I'm on Grandpa's Old Hank Tales, where Robert Effler from NCI, we sit and talk about Grandpa's old Hank Tales.
Cool.
And it's good stories, and I love them. So, but yes, so remember, everyone, to embrace the coven, be curious, and explore the eerie while discovering the dark world with the coven. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.
Night. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Nice to meet all of
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
Pleasure.